Dire Bear. It's Tuesday night, so that means we're playing the World at War, our Scion's second edition chronicle. And last week we ended rather eventfully with Connor doing his impersonation of a steel post and sending the woman they were trying to save flying through the windshield and out onto the highway of Belgium.
But did they die, though?
Had they been mortal? Probably. But like yourself, they're ever so much more than mortal. And I believe you had, let's see, you had drugged her to the side of the road. Jaden had begun doctoring her. The Fomorian driving the car had managed to get out because he was wearing his seatbelt. Didn't do him much good when Bill walked by and put a bullet in his forehead.
Yeah.
Before, screaming at Connor. Connor, you have probably lowered his opinion of Americans. And maybe of Shin, who knows. So we ended with you hear the sirens in the distance because plenty of people had called in about the fight they just seen, or don't get you really call it a fight. The accident they had just seen.
40 people calling the ambulance. They're like, yeah, we know, we're on our way. Some idiot, he got hit by a car.
Connor had taken, I believe he had taken the spear. I'm on my wrong page of notes.
He's had the spear since the fight at the beginning of last session.
Yeah, was it Jack Doyle's spear?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. But he had walked off into the woods with that.
He came back to settle the flaming wreckage, though.
All right. So when you get back with the crew, Connor, do you move the wrecked car off the highway? I think you're muted.
I was, because dogs were barking. He just picks it up and.
Yeah, you did that. He did that last session. Okay. I just looked at it.
Well, then we're having a flashback.
Yep.
Lots of people with their cameras out at this point.
Very obviously with their cameras out.
Do what now?
Very obviously cameras out kind of thing.
Yeah, just sitting in their cars like this.
Tellarius still passed out on the ground.
Tellarius is very passed out.
Like passed out, or just laying there looking at the sky passed out?
They are barely lucid.
Is Tellarius hurt?
Yes, they are.
How did that happen?
Aggressive piggybacking.
Twice.
Sasha will go over. I know, maybe, possibly not, but do you think you'd be able to deactivate some of the electronics within a radius? Like, helping them up.
They look around at all of the phones and just like shake it off a little bit and I'll give it a shot. Just still wiping like blood off of their like clothes. Just kind of like circle around.
Off of the vehicle? You fell off of a vehicle, didn't you?
Twice. Thanks, Jaden.
He does not have a future in rodeo.
You just need to go back to Olympus.
Yeah, and they'll kind of like walk in like a very sloppy circle, and wait for each person to finish like their video, delete it before they get to post it. Just go around like that. It's a little hard because they have to like.
Nope.
It's a little hard because they have to like learn Dutch on the fly.
If there was any way to like show it or whatever, Sasha would assist with the Dutch.
It's just it's universal things, right? There's a red button for delete, stuff like that. That's
Yeah,
what they're looking
how the Apple OS and the Android OS work is pretty universal, regardless of that.
for. So they're just kind of like, "Thank you, we're out." And they'll hobble back over to the group, sit back down.
The police and emergency vehicles are making their way through the crowds, or through the cars. And, not everybody is staying. Some people are, y'all seem to be alive.
All right.
The road is clear.
The people that were initially there to see it pretty well all left. Because, there was that little bit of gunplay. But folks coming up from behind, where you basically stopped traffic for a little bit there. A few of them start trickling through, but a lot of people are just standing there watching at this point. As the police get there, they come over, they speak to you. The second car full of them gets out and starts kind of motioning, getting the traffic moving.
I say Sasha would go over and assist if any need to move the traffic, because she can second Blaze, and they will have to listen to her.
Well, the police
Does
really want
anyone
to talk to y'all.
Speak English.
Police officer looks at Hilarious when they say that, and then in Dutch asks if y'all speak Dutch.
Sasha says, "I speak enough to have a passable translation."
Oh, very good then. What happened here? It looks like a bad car accident, but there's nothing for him to have hit like that except another vehicle, and I only see the one wrecked vehicle. And we heard reports of gunfire.
Sasha would have probably gotten this before the cops showed up and been like, how much do we want to tell her? Just tell them the honest to God truth.
We foiled a kidnapping. Honest to God truth. It's not a lie.
That's fair. Okay. Sasha will then explain that they were searching for, and motion to Eileen, found out that they had been kidnapped, found the vehicle that had kidnapped them. In the pursuit of that vehicle, they fired upon us. We did not fire back.
So we're scrapping the entire truth.
We didn't fire back.
Bill shot the driver when he got out after the accident.
But
None of us.
none of us.
Is Bill around? I don't know if he's around.
He's standing
Probably
right
fucked
around. Well,
off.
he's
Okay.
still crouched over Aline.
Yeah, he's by Jaden. So
During the drive, no shots were exchanged. She will clarify it to that. Well,
Still need to be technical. There
Yeah.
was a shootout.
there.
I'll say there was no
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah, the one y'all followed here, there was no shooting involved until after the accident.
Yeah,
He was just beelining out of town with the prisoner.
yeah. Shots were exchanged. The vehicle ran into one of our band. That's how the vehicle was stopped. They did not properly secure Eileen. Again, motion to Eileen. And she was ejected from the vehicle. We're tending to her, and I'm guessing by now the EMTs.
EMTs have gotten there. They're quizzing Jaden on what she's done. What happened? What happened to the victim? What she has done so far. Unfortunately, they're doing it in Dutch, so
she's just ignoring them. She can't speak it.
one of them starts with some kind of halting English, asking if you're American, and then when you confirm that,
Sasha, look. Well, Bill would still be over there, and I'm guessing he speaks Dutch.
that's fair.
He could.
Bill will start doing the
Translate.
translation then. Which relieves the cop that doesn't speak good English, but, it's better than anybody else.
You American? Okay.
A couple EMTs go and check out the dead guy.
He's really dead.
Extremely
Oh, yeah.
dead.
Bill drilled him, like I said, in the forehead.
Mm-hmm.
He was aiming for the face, but went a little high.
He's still identifiable then.
Still.
One of them calls one of the officers over, and they start talking. But back to the cop talking to Sasha. Wait, one of your friends was hit by the car, and that's what wrecked the car.
Yes.
Is it that other guy laying down over there? He's pointing to the dead guy, the Fomorian.
No, that gentleman was shot in the forehead.
Oh. Then he looks over at Telarius.
It's not him either. Or it's not
Are
them
you sure?
either.
He looks like he's been hit by a car.
They fell off of a vehicle. They were not hit by a vehicle. Points at. Is Connor back over with all of them?
He's just kind of sitting off to the side, fiddling with the mirror that he's kept on him this whole time.
Points at Connor. That gentleman was the one hit by the vehicle that stopped it.
He looks fine. What the fuck?
All of us look a little beat up.
Actually, he's got a look on his face like he's starting to put,
Put the pieces
two and two together.
Mhm. I'll look up and be like,
oh god, it's gods.
Scions. Hilarious is like half lucid.
Translates scions to whatever it is in Dutch.
Probably still scions. I feel like scion is one of those words where, like, if you say it in a spot where there's a lot of scions, they know what you mean.
The Dutch for scion is Telg, however you pronounce that.
Kelg.
So,
Yeah, should be able to at least butcher it enough to be marginally recognizable.
You see him just take his glasses off, start rubbing his face.
I know that. You don't have to translate that one.
We will, of course, cooperate with anything that needs cooperated with.
I appreciate that. How heavily armed are all of you?
A few of us have some relics. We can. I don't believe any of us would want to give them up, but we can put them in a vehicle if we are promised their safe return.
Yes, please put them. You can put them in your vehicle for now.
Goes around. Okay, looks at everyone. Weapons. We're putting them in the vehicle. Our vehicle.
I have a flashlight.
Looks over, holds up the flashlight to the officer. Technically not a weapon. Do you still want it in the vehicle?
Well, you told him it's relics. Yeah, put anything
Understood.
that does anything in the vehicle.
Anything that could be used as a weapon.
Well, when you tell them,
Hilarious, we don't want to. Let's try to get out of here without causing more of an international incident.
more of an international.
Bill steps away from Aline since she got multiple EMTs working on her now, including the ones that had gone over to check the dead guy. He's clearly dead. So, but he walks up to the officer. I don't have any relics on me, and then he riles off, what kind of gun he's got, and I do have
Telephone call.
a Glock, whatever, that I shot that guy in the face with. He holds up some sort of identification to the officer. If any of you glance at it, it identifies him as part of a security company that he's licensed to carry. And he starts explaining to the officer, kind of what happened. How the driver jumped out of the car at him, as he was rushing to see if Connor was all right, and, he wound up having to put the guy down. It's not a completely untruthful story, but it's very colored to make Bill look better.
Mm-hmm.
Checking on Connor.
Sure.
Basically.
Not that you understand Dutch.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
And from y'all's
No.
point of view, the Fomorian kind of stumbled out of the car more than jumped out of the car at him, but
Are we sure this guy's not American? Because that sounds like American testimony.
No, he's got if he's got anything, he's got a slight Irish accent, kind of like Jack did.
Just saying.
But they do wind up taking Bill's gun because they've got to compare it to the bullet they pull out of the guy's head later. Let's see. They call it in. A little bit later, they get another officer shows up with an interpreter. That allows them to start interviewing y'all one-on-one. One of the officers gets excited, and Sarah's not here, but Sasha can make out that basically he's identified Aline. He realized, oh yeah, she's the one. This is the woman that was kidnapped out of that cafe.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Any of the responding officers, do it look like the ones that fake Jack specifically went and hunted down to talk to at the cafe?
No.
Okay.
Now, that was in the middle of town. This is actually a little outside the city at this point.
All right. I just wanted to make sure because of Connor's perfect memory, he'd be able to remember faces. It's like, oh, that's somebody that fake Jack specifically went for.
But no, you don't run into any of that.
All right.
I'm back.
The EMTs eventually cart Aline off. But the rest of you are escorted back to the nearest police station. They let you drive your own vehicle, but you're basically surrounded by police cars the entire trip. You get there. Their higher ups come in and basically ask you all the same questions you were asked out on the street. They do more thorough background checks. They identify what band you are. They have got already got some video of what happened. While Delirious, axed a lot of videos before people finished recording them. One or two people had started live streaming it. Kind of as it was happening. Not the initial crash, but kind of all that aftermath.
Mm.
But one of the detectives or lieutenants or one of the higher ranking folks, not exactly sure how the Belgian police are set up, he just keeps coming back to why he didn't call the police, and he does that to the point that some of the other officers are rolling their eyes because they know what you are. They know how effective the police would probably have been if y'all were fighting some kind of monsters. They also identify you as the ones that had the big fight at the museum.
That quick?
Yep. So they might
Well,
also.
Well, y'all know y'all were running around town a while tracking down various cars before y'all got out here.
Saying they might also notice we went to great lengths to not damage the place either.
And we also let at least 2 of them go.
Not anymore. Then.
3 if you count the Scion of Loki that y'all let go.
True.
We don't even care about you. Okay. Out.
that was always allowed.
It's like fighting another Scion is. Ooh.
But they have, they recovered the bodies from that. Some of them are very obviously not human.
Mm-hmm.
And like the unofficial policy of a lot of police forces the world over when this sort of stuff comes up, just lift the rug and sweep it under. It's less paperwork than, that way.
Mm-hmm.
And if it, essentially y'all were just rescuing a kidnapped victim, so.
Should be getting a medal, damn it.
Where's my Belgium waffle in a medal?
And Aline she's popular in the area, particularly among the police, it turns out. Though you get the impression, to the general public, she's not as well known as Jack was.
I guess we knew who the face was.
And Connor has his spear.
But it's in the
Well,
car.
now.
You may want to hide that before people come asking.
It's the guy that stole Jack's spear. Get him!
Yeah,
Well-
exactly.
That's the thing. Connor was fiddling with the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Aragon. Could I have, like, while everything was happening at the highway, take the fate binding to bind the mirror to me?
Yes.
Okay.
But the fate binding is at level 1 and the mirror is a 2.
Yeah. So I have to. So there has to be like invoking and all that jazz
Right.
in order to make the roll to level it up, etc., etc.
What level is the spear? Out of curiosity, because it is the Gable, huh?
What now?
Is it actually the Gable, or whatever? However you pronounce that?
No.
Okay.
Not that y'all
What
would
is
know
it?
that. Yet.
Sure.
So it has to
It
be
was,
invoking and compelling.
I think it's I don't have the stats in front of me, but I think it was a 3-pointer. The spear was.
Okay.
All right.
But he's messing around with the mirror that y'all got off one of the Empires
Yeah.
at the hospital.
That's fine. I was
Yeah.
just curious about the spear.
That he keeps
I
calling
mean-
it a hand mirror, but I was thinking it was like a woman's compact.
Yeah, basically it looked like
It just didn't have any makeup in it. It just had the letter.
it was just a compact with a mirror that had like a runic inscription on the inside.
Sure.
That's all it was.
So if I understand it, if I'm not fate bound to say the spear, activating it would take 3 momentum.
Yes. Which y'all do not have at the moment.
No, not yet.
Well,
Give
that
it
would
time.
just activate it. Wouldn't fate bind it to you, correct?
Correct.
No,
It would
but
just
that would let you
activate
use
it
it for the scene.
Okay. It's like temporary. Like if,
Temporary use of it. Yeah.
like if Tilleris and Sasha were like, "Hey, you want to borrow the flashlight? Hey, you want to borrow the Schward? Here."
The
It would be
flashlight.
Something like that. It's a relic.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
it's a 2-star, I believe. Yeah, it's 2-star.
Yeah, so
So
we'd have to
you'd
burn.
have to.
Oh jeez. Someone wants Connor's staff. I hope you like burning half of the total possible momentum pool to use it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, the big stuff is not used like that.
Mhm. Dang it.
But a few hours later, they basically cut y'all all loose.
We're going back to Olympus. We'll be fine.
Do they
Hopefully.
give,
Yeah.
Are we able to get an update on Arlene before we leave?
I need to write down this new boon I have.
No, I don't think the cop. By the time you get out, I don't think the cops know anything more particularly.
Do they know where she's being held?
Well, they know what hospital she was taken to, yes, and they will tell you that.
Okay, that's what we're looking for.
Bill's insistent on getting that information.
Go. We'll just go to the hospital that she's at and we'll talk to her.
Oh, you get over there.
Mm-hmm. Hilarious is a little more on their feet now.
What is a hospital in Antwerp? Let's see,
Antwerp
there's St.
General.
Elizabeth, Antwerp University Hospital, and
You were
one I can't
close.
pronounce, so it's going to be one of those first two. We'll say it's the University Hospital.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, that's to the south. It's St. Elizabeth's, all right.
Okay.
That's closer to the north where y'all are coming from. But you get there, Bill is able to kind of fast talk his way in. He never specifically says he's family, but he implies it heavily.
That's my battle sister. You say sister? Yes, I said sister.
I don't see a resemblance. We had different fathers.
Adopted.
Oh, okay.
Different. We had different We had different fathers.
So they give you the room, though they tell you, that, they look at the entire crowd of y'all like, now, all of y'all can't be in there at one time.
Sasha, why don't you join Bill? It's your thing. We'll make
Okay,
sure no one comes in.
I'll
Pat
put
Sasha on the
something
shoulder.
against the door or something.
It's her thing. Aline's not dead. Where are you going with this?
No, no.
Sasha, you go just in case she's died. Okay.
No.
Mm-mm.
But
Hey,
yeah,
we
you
know
get up
you're
her
in critical
room.
condition.
She's awake. What was that?
But can you?
I was like, we know you're in critical condition. Can you bring us to your mom? Can you set up a meeting? Can you do that?
Go in there. Her mom's just hanging out.
Looking mighty pissed when y'all walk in. Oh,
If
shit.
that is the case, Sasha's used to this.
You show up in town. 5 minutes later, my daughter's kidnapped. And then one of your jackasses flings her through a window. Rescuing
I didn't do
her.
shit. The morons who kidnapped her didn't secure her down properly. I did not physically touch her at all.
Wait. Is mom actually in the room, or is it
No.
just her? Okay.
Badger.
We're going on like I don't know what tangent we're going on.
Mm-mm.
I don't know if this counts as a tangent because it's at least related to the game.
Yeah.
It's a tangential tangent.
I hate
But yeah, y'all walk in. She's awake. A little banged up. She's,
Sasha's gonna let Bill go first, and
she asked Bill, "What happened?" The last thing I remember was him stuffing me in yet another SUV. We were speeding down the highway and then just nothing. I mean, the doctor said something about an auto accident, but I'm assuming there was more to it than that. Oh, who's your friend? And she just she points over at Sasha. And Bill introduces you. Oh, this is one of the American scions that you and Jack were going to meet. She starts kind of blinking rapidly and at the mention of Jack, and just sort of nods her head. So I assume your band must have helped Bill track me down.
he might not agree with that phrasing, but yes.
Did you kill all of them?
As many as we could. We-
She squints up.
We have Jack's spear. I imagine. I know I'm close to my band. I can only imagine that you are all close as well.
I'll need that back so I can get back to his family.
I'll make sure of it.
It's part of a set. Him and his sister both had one.
I'll make sure of it. This is a very awkward place to ask this, and I apologize for that. But there's a reason that we've come this far, that we were coming to search you out.
It was something about your grandparents, I think Jack had said.
Yes, the abridged version, they were bespelled by a member of the Circle of the Impious. After research, we have discovered they would need components of healing from both. Oh shoot, what was the lady at Pompey's name?
Panacea.
Panacea and Bridget. We've acquired the component from Panacea, and we had come here in search of the blessing or component that Bridget would offer.
You said you killed as many of them as you could. Did you get the one in charge?
Would that have been the one with you?
No. We were traveling to their base, which is, if I don't know if he was here in town or if he would be at their base out of the city.
Was it another scion? There was someone walking around wearing Jack's face. Would it have been him?
She looks quite upset when you say you're wearing Jack's face.
Not actually, but illusionary. Illusory.
I should have realized. I'm sorry, I'm on drugs.
No. This is a lot to take in, even when not on drugs. Though the drugs might help dampen the oddness of it.
Yes, their leader is a scion of
Loki.
No.
Whew.
Balor, sign of Balor. I think I got that name right.
Balor. It's a demon thing, right?
No, it's just a Fomorian. He was like one of the kings of the Fomorians.
Did they happen to give a description of the location where their headquarters or where they were taking you was?
I know they were holed up in a cave outside of town. Very stereotypical.
Are there many caves outside of town?
Not just tons. And she named like one that's known that people go and splunking in. That she's like, it was near there. I don't know exactly where though.
We end them. You consider it a done deal?
I believe I know what you probably came here for. I believe I can help you. With Jack gone, it would be me and Bill would be hard pressed to hold him back from essentially taking over the city. The supernatural community of the city. But if you can take them out, then that's leaves things a little evener, a little easier. Jack was really our kind of frontline fighter.
Sasha just kind of nods. It probably will not happen today. Some of us are a bit worse for wear, but I'm sure there's someone in the group that would enjoy the adventure.
Clarice has their ear to the door.
I'm just picturing everybody standing outside the door.
Yeah, everyone just outside. Well, is she talking in English or Dutch?
She's speaking to you in English.
Okay. we will see what we can arrange and be in contact with you as soon as we have either met a consensus or the deed is done.
All right, be careful when you deal with him. He has his father's evil eye.
Is there more to that than just hyperbole? Does his eye shoot lasers or something, or...
It's not lasers, but he can kill with it.
Noted, gouge his eyes out.
Not me going for a blind every time.
No, just go for the mountain.
Ew, spoilers.
Okay, go for the most recent Star Trek con.
You're just making it worse. I'm joking. I have no interest in like any of that.
But she's like, he's suffering from some illness or some malady that they wanted me to cure him.
And they thought kidnapping and murder would be the best way.
For Morgans, what can you do? But don't take that to mean he's any less dangerous, though.
Injured, cornered animal is sometimes the most dangerous thing of all. They have nothing to lose. But we'll go check it out. Do you happen to know his name, by chance?
Hanson.
Just Hanson?
That's all she knows him by. She's not sure it's a first name or a last name or just an alias.
Just kind of nods. We'll go check it out.
Bill tells you he's gonna hang around here for a little bit longer. He'll meet you at your hotel room tomorrow morning, and y'all can plot out what you're gonna do.
Understood. We'll see you there in the morning. And opens the door, and probably half the people fall in.
Then I'll stand up and dust off like nothing's happened and just walk back out.
Mm-hmm.
Listening at the door.
We were leaning against the door so nobody else can get in.
Just very casually.
Alright, so y'all make it back to y'all's hotel room without any trouble?
Yep.
I think you had left one Connor behind. No, that was the previous time y'all left the animals behind.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you had the
We
animals with
probably
you.
would have left. I thought we left a Connor back there. Because we were going to leave one with Bill.
No, both Connors came with to the fight.
Ooh. And both animals were at the fight, which means both animals were in the car.
Yeah.
Well, the car didn't get flung anywhere.
Yeah, but they were still in the back of the car with seeing the police and all
Sure.
that.
Yeah.
Well, luckily alligator things don't get up in the windows much.
Mhm.
What
Can't
do
say
you
the
have
same
there?
for
Like
spruce.
3 dogs? Technically. Sort of. What do you have back there? A smoothie?
A smoothie.
And the Egyptian equivalent of like Neapolitan.
Yes. Like Danger Neapolitan.
Danger.
Alright, like I said, y'all get back to the hotel, no problem.
Yeah.
I figure y'all all probably pass out pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Maybe you
Connor's
hit the
staying
overpriced
awake.
wet bar first, I don't know.
Connor's staying awake at vigil time.
All the Connors, just one Connor.
All of the Connors. One's watching the door, one's watching the people, one's watching the windows.
So all y'all get to sleep while Connor's just sitting there staring at you.
Uh-huh.
Maybe one should watch the hospital where the other two are.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind. One will be at the hospital.
Makes it slightly less creepy.
Yeah, but no, one of the Connor, well, real Connor, the one that's not on watch right now, he's just sort of fiddling with the mirror again.
Trying to figure out how to make it work.
Yeah, basically. He already bound himself to it. Now he's like, how do you do?
You simply have to swear an oath to destroy all the gods, and then it's yours. Easy peasy.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so the next morning, you're up. Y'all can go out and get breakfast somewhere. You can have room service deliver it.
Does sleep take away like a bruised, or do we have to do like a special healing thing for that?
Bruised is 2 days, I think, naturally, without any kind of intervening healing.
So how rough are y'all looking?
3 bruised on me.
Unless something has happened, I am still injured.
1 bruised.
I remember having. I was up to 3 bruised, but I'm down to 2 because I remember. I think last session, Jaden had done some healing.
Yeah,
at least
Jaden
a
had
little
done
bit.
some healing.
Yeah, I had done some medical
Yeah.
treatment, so I got to go down at least 1 bruise. So I got 2.
Connor got bruised from getting hit by a car at highway speeds.
Gee, I wonder
As one
why.
SUV smashes into him. Oh, it stubbed my toe.
Yeah, basically.
So if anything, before they went to bed, if we could say that Jaden would have doctored the bruises a bit, or the injuries.
Yay, medicine rolls.
What do I give? Medicine, what?
Probably intelligence.
Okay. 1.
Also, goes in type.
Yeah.
Is it per person, right? That how we did it last time?
I think you made
Well,
rolls for each person.
You
like
did
that.
keep rolling, yeah.
let's say,
Yeah.
apparently, according to the difficulty scale, a bruised is a difficulty 2 to heal.
Okay.
Mm.
So,
Would that make injury difficulty 3?
yeah, injury is 3, maimed is 5.
Okay.
Who are you currently rolling for? Oh God, you're not getting any kind of.
It don't like me. I mean, I have
Oh, it
6
doesn't.
damn dice, and it's like,
Hey, we
nah,
got momentum.
nah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
1
did.
momentum.
We did get a momentum.
7.
That's better.
Okay.
That went to
Okay, who's
hilarious.
injured?
Hang on.
Yes,
Do you
that
have
was
any
hilarious.
enhancements that add to this?
No.
Okay. Then you. Oh, okay. So who was
Wait.
the first roll?
Wait. If
What
it's
about your
combat medic,
passives?
hold on.
A lot of things going on at once.
Because I have combat medic and immunization booster, and with that I get a +2 enhancement to
Yeah,
all
there's the-
rolls to
is-
recover from injuries.
Okay, so those
So it's
first 2
under
would be
my
3s.
care.
Yeah, those first 2 would be 3s then.
Okay, so 3, 3,
Still 0.
9.
Yeah.
So 3, 3, and 9. Okay, who else needed healing?
Well, that would take care of the 2 bruises and the badly injured Telarius.
Yeah. Dump the big one into Telarius.
Yes, that's why. Telarius was injured, so Telarius, you're good.
Ow.
Let's see, so the injury would downgrade to a bruised.
Yeah, I don't think it outright does it completely. Since
Yeah,
it-
injuries downgrade to the next track. And then
Okay, now
bruises-
combat medic is when you tend to allies' wounds in the heat of battle.
Yeah, but immunization booster just says while under my care, they get a +2 enhancement to roll to resist
Disease and poison and to recover from injury.
and to recover from injuries. So then would I be rolling or would they be rolling?
Sounds like them, probably.
Alright, so then you guys will have to roll.
What
You
are
get a
we rolling?
+2 though.
That's a good question. What are we rolling then?
Yeah.
Just picture us all attempting to band-aid ourselves and Jaden just looking at you like, no,
Right.
no, no.
All right, let's see here. I bet healing is in the Origins book.
Yeah, first aid.
All right.
Can downgrade an injury condition to one a lower level. Make an intellect medicine roll at difficulty based on the severity of the injury. A character can only remove one condition this way per session. Okay.
That's gonna suck that they have to roll it because I don't think anybody really put anything into medicine but me since I was gonna be the healer.
I have a little something, something. Not a lot.
That's a
Alright.
that's a 3.
Well, Josh,
Okay.
healed up.
Yay, I cured bruise. I have 1 bruise left.
All right, there's resolving.
But you can only do it once per session.
I know. So
Okay,
literally,
so-
I continue to go around with a bruise unless someone does something else otherwise to get rid of it.
So we're still at
systems, y'all.
momentum 1 then.
Technically, yes. We're still at momentum 1 because
Okay.
the
So
wife
that's
rolled-
4 for both of you.
5
Yeah.
for me, actually, 'cause of general enhancement.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
about 5 for me as well. So yeah.
So there you go.
I'm fully healed up.
I managed to not sleep on my neck funny.
Get hit by a car moving at highway speeds. Wake up perfectly fine. What is this? Anime logic?
Yes, actually, it is very much anime logic. Intellect.
All right, so y'all are mostly patched up.
Yeah.
Click.
Uh,
Hey.
Now, also do not forget that Spruce has been heavily damaged.
Yes, he has. So let
he
me
took,
roll.
He took
for-
2 of his 3 wounds.
Yes.
I think one got combat healed by Jaden.
Yeah, she
I did.
killed the
Hmm,
pepper.
I believe you're right. I believe you're right.
Because could do that as a reflexive action.
Mhm.
You're like, save the baby.
Mm.
But what do I roll?
He doesn't really have an intellect or medicine.
Yeah, there's nothing for him.
Probably his desperation pool then.
So okay.
Let me see.
2, 4.
Yeah.
That's 4.
So he should be fine.
My baby's fine.
Yep, he acts a little like he's still a little stiff in the morning, but that's about the worst of it. As y'all looking yourselves over and eating some breakfast, there's a knock at the door.
Okay. English or Dutch?
You hear Bill's voice. Either way, I guess.
All right.
He strolls on in, looking untouched by the day's events.
Because he was.
Well, so as he strolls in, Connor just tosses the spear at him.
Point first, or
No, just like
Impales him on the wall.
something for
No.
dinner.
No.
aha, still bashing.
Looks like meat's on the menu, boys.
But he's like, whoa! He catches it. Yeah, Eileen was wanting this back.
Make sure it gets back to Jack's sister.
Yeah, I can get it back to his family at least. His sister's been a little,
Ornery.
Dead?
out. No, she's not dead. I don't think. Well, no, I mean, not yet. She's been a little out of commission and out of communication. I don't know. It was this whole thing. I didn't really know Jack till it was over. I only heard him talk about it.
Hmm.
Maybe it will give her incentive to keep more lines of communication then.
Yeah, I know Jack was surprised when your buddy called.
Wait. Did Jack look anything like a Rubicon lady?
He was redheaded and had freckles. He was fairly tall.
Oh,
Is
her.
Jack's sister in America?
He goes, yeah.
Tall, redheaded, freckles.
Well, that wouldn't be too hard
Like
to
she
guess
could-
based on
Looks
what
like
Jack
she
looked
could
like.
bench press. Points at like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, she was. From what Jack has said, she was
I
pretty
can't
stout.
remember her name. What was her name? Sasha would know her name.
How do
Give
you
me-
not remember her name?
I wrote her name down. Give me a second.
What's her name? Wait, forgot her
I believe
name.
I believe her name was Bridget.
Was
Yeah.
It was.
It
Bridget.
was
It was a Bridget for Bridget.
Was it Bridget by chance?
Yes, with a T. Oh no, you're asking. I'm sorry. I thought you were asking me about the waitress.
No. He's like, was it Bridget by chance?
He goes, no.
No?
Wait,
Oh, now we're just bordering.
but
on
we have
stereotypes.
another-
I'm sorry.
tall, redheaded one there, don't we?
but she acts.
Go to Ireland. There's a lot of them. What?
No, in America.
The one.
I'm
in
sure there's
other
more than the
band.
one in America.
No, yeah.
Mm.
I'm trying to look for her name in
Checking
here.
off our redheads that we know here.
Josh over there looking over his shoulder.
Was her name Jolene? No.
Hmm. Carrie. Redhead and freckles, and she was tall. That I wrote
Has-
down in the
has
book.
An axe.
Oh, an axe. We don't know if she has a weapon.
Well, the one. The one.
The
in
one
the
that she,
other
like-
band.
Oh, y'all. Wait, are y'all talking about Dixie now?
Yeah,
Dixie.
Dixie.
No, Dixie's straight from the south.
Dixie's still a redhead.
Yeah.
She does not specifically have much in the way of freckles, though.
That's true.
About to say, we don't know if Carrie
What's her
has a
name?
weapon with her.
An axe. She had an axe.
We don't
Dixie had
know
an
if
axe.
she.
That was
Yeah.
Dixie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, so who was
But-
Carrie?
Carrie was the tall redhead that we were first introduced when we went to the Rubicon. She was our waitress. Kary.
Okay, I'm getting her mixed up with somebody. Okay.
I'm about to say I wrote down in parentheses redhead and freckles.
Didn't write down redhead and thick. I'm disappointed.
Extra thick. Samurai Jack Aku thick dot gif.
Okay. I was getting names mixed up. Yes, the sister's name was Bridget. With a T, not a D like the deity.
Ah,
Okay.
okay, we see her a lot.
Wait. Okay.
We were getting names mixed up. Bridget with a T is the name of Jack's sister. What was it? What rap? What was
Oh, never
that?
Carrie
mind.
is the bartender at the
Yeah,
Rubicon.
Carrie is the bartender. at the Rubicon.
Alrighty, never mind then. Ignore me.
Yeah. She
I
was
think
our
I may have
waitress.
it at some session or other. I may have ended up switching their names on mistake.
I remember both, but the one it's not the girl at the bartender or the Rubicon.
No,
It'd be
different
very
names.
convenient and nice if it was.
It'd be funny.
That too.
Though it was Anthony at the bar that made contact with Jack for you.
Yeah.
So when Bill
Yep.
says your buddy called, he's talking about Anthony.
Hmm. Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, Bill's never met the sister. He just knows that she was injured or something. Some years back. As far as he knows, she's not dead, but she's kind of out of commission.
Hmm.
But he knows some of the rest of the family, back in Ireland, so he'll take the spirit there.
So what is our plan at the cave? Get in there, poke the guy's eyes out, and then beat him to death?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan I can get behind.
Robert smiles, holds up his pistol. I mean, I could shoot them out.
Any of that works.
I've seen you use that thing almost as much as a melee weapon than as a ranged weapon, though, so you could probably do both.
Probably.
He kind of takes it, spins it, and just holsters it back. It's like, well, as thick as dwarven steel as this thing is made out of, yes, I can. It is very easy to do both.
Would the Fomorian's name, was it Balor?
Baylor.
Baylor.
Would it have ticked any researchy guesses for Sasha? Like to kind of gauge what this guy might be able to do, being a scion or disciple of Baylor.
Oh, sure. Give me a roll on your occult or whatever it's called.
Occult intellect? Goo. Involved at all in death and spirits?
Not particularly.
Okay. 6 successes.
All right. Dealing with the Irish Pantheon, he was the king of the Fomorians. Often described as a giant with a large eye that wreaks destruction when open. In the legends, he's eventually killed by his grandson Lou. Some depictions have him looking kind of like a cyclops with just the one eye. Others, he's got 2 eyes and one of them stays closed. One of them's kind of misshapen and stays closed, except when he opens it and devastates things. And there's some versions of the myth where he's got a fairly normal face and he turns around and there's an eye on the back of his head that opens up and levels devastation. Like a lot of mythological beings, there's multiple ways to interpret him. Mortals like to talk about him possibly being a personification of the scorching sun. So maybe the laser beams out of his eyes isn't too far-fetched. At least for Balor himself. What a scion of his would be, who knows. His name may also come from a Celtic word that basically means the flashing one.
I don't like that.
If he's wearing a trench coat, no. But Eileen did say, mind his eye, or he has an evil eye.
Yes, he has his father's evil eye.
Okay. Name of the game is don't let him look at you. Or find ways to keep his eyes closed.
Smoke bomb. But then none of y'all could see it.
Yeah. We could potentially try to sneak in and forcibly blindfold him. Buy us some time.
Yeah, Bill's like, I'm not, I've never faced Kinson himself. It's always his flunkies we're dealing with.
Who?
Kinson, the scion of Balor.
What was the name that Eileen
Henson.
gave?
Kinson.
Henson. Okay, I was hearing Kinson, and I'm like,
oh, maybe I'm not pronunciating right. Yeah, it's Henson.
Henson. Okay. So they're going. Did he just drop the last name for Sasha?
Of course not.
Starts going through names.
And then you need to know his middle name anyway.
With Seckham's Blaze, I technically don't have to.
Or maybe he's got 3 middle names. You don't know.
Oh no, he's Dumbledore.
Vincent, Cornelius, Aloysius, Francesca.
Or like that one Roman emperor that had 12 names. because he renamed every month after himself.
Mm-hmm.
They killed him not too long after that and changed all the names back. Maybe in Commodus, I can't remember.
It'd
Was
just
one-
be
was-
Spanish. Have Spanish parents that give them like 20 million middle names that take forever to.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was lucky to not have a middle name, thank God.
None at all?
Mom said nothing went well with Natasha, so she didn't give me one.
Obasha.
Clearly, she should have listened to the name game song. Should have come up with something.
Mm. Right, so we're going Titan spawn hunting.
It was like, looks like the way. He leans the spear against the wall, goes over to the little coffee table in the room, and spreads maps out.
Dogs.
Say it was a cave
Apologies.
outside of town, correct? Potentially.
He goes, right. He goes, he points to one cave. No, this cave here is like a known. He said it's not a big tourist attraction, but for locals that are into cave crawling and stuff, this is just one of the places you can go. And we've been suspicious that Henson has had a lair in the area for a while, but we've never been able to track down specifically where it is. And there's only 3 of us in the band, so we've always been on a fairly defensive footing, trying to keep them out of town.
Well, for now you have the 5 of us.
That's probably why they immediately moved when we came in. For all they
Yeah.
knew, you called for another band for assistance.
That's definitely a possibility. Do we want to take one alive to try to find out for sure? I mean, temporarily take them alive.
Without
Talk to their corpse.
Yeah, she can talk to corpses. We don't need them alive for that.
If you ever get tired of these guys and you'd like to join another band, we might have a position open.
I
Speaks Dutch, can talk to the dead.
appreciate the offer and the thought behind it, but these folks are pretty much stuck with me.
Oh, okay. Because that would make my job so much easier if I didn't have to. I was always the intelligence gatherer. It'd be so much easier if I didn't have to bring him in alive.
Well, maybe you will find yourself another scion. I think every pantheon has someone that can specialize in the more macabre aspects.
Perhaps time is of the essence, and we should do this sooner than later.
He goes, fair.
Everyone running out of the hotel room with a bagel in their mouth. Not bagel, waffle.
Well, I'll say, while that's going on, Connor is back to fiddling with the mirror again, like,
Work, damn you, work!
and then he just figures, fuck it, he'll just push some of his legend into it, basically imbuing the legend.
Mm-hmm.
See if that does anything.
I'll consider it one level fate bound to you.
Hilarious with the spear and was like, not taking it. I'm just curious as to what it does.
Oh, okay. Well, you poke people with it, they'll lead.
Sasha
That can't be
Arbor-
all there was to that.
He's like, it's stuff has a hard time healing from it. He could throw it like a flash of lightning and it would return to his hand. Not that he did that real often. That was a real flash of something.
But perhaps you spawn a cave full of Fomorians.
So, with the borrowed treasured rule, because it's fate bound, it functions as if it were a normal relic for me. I just have the fate bound condition.
Okay.
So, Connor vanishes.
He doesn't vanish because that'd be noticeable.
Yeah.
People just stop noticing that you're sitting over there on the bed fiddling with something.
Yep.
I feel like that would annoy the shit out of Connor though. Like, hey guys, pay attention to me. What the fuck? Why are you paying attention to me?
No, he's already seen the applications for shenanigans that this could cause.
No, it's going to annoy the rest of you far more than it's going to annoy him.
Oh, put a bell
Yeah.
on Connor then, right?
If you could find him.
You probably wouldn't notice it dinging.
Yeah, it muffles sound too.
Damn.
So yeah, so him just going fuck it, imbue his legend, see what it does, and then everybody else, he's just the fuck.
Well, we still. I think there's a contested roll involved. I'm not trying to kill your thunder here. I'm just...
No, it's fine.
Yes. If he was actually trying to do something, it would be a contested role because y'all are not
trivial.
trivial. Thank you. I knew pissing wasn't
Yeah,
a word.
manipulation plus legend versus cunning. Cunning legend.
So, like, if he had activated it in the police station and wanted to walk past all the police officers, he could have. The Fomorians you were fighting in the park, no, they'd have gotten rolls.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Well, I can feel something happening.
do you know where there's a group of Fomorians that we can just like beat up and ask?
Maybe talk to some of the police officers.
He goes, I know a bar at the outskirts of town, some frequent. Not one specifically tied to Henson, but kind of in the community.
You might
Would
want to
that
be
body
wary of the
still be in
police,
the
by the
morgue?
way.
Why's that?
Who's he saying that to? Sasha or me?
Oh, no.
Oh, you're right.
go
He wouldn't
first.
even be noticing you.
Yeah.
What was it Sasha said?
Would the body of the Fomoran Bill shot still be in the morgue?
He goes, yeah, I'd imagine that and the ones they collected at the museum.
Do you
You know where
think
the
they would
morgue is?
allow us to chat? Or I could just walk down there and chat, I suppose.
That'd probably be easier.
Yeah.
Because I've got some contacts in the police, but not with the morticians specifically.
By the way,
Connor
now that I'm
walking
thinking
around him.
about it, now that I'm thinking about it, there was something the monkey said earlier, like not even paying Connor any attention about the cops, because that Jack that that turned out to be a Fomorian or the sign of Loki had somebody on the tape.
Excuse me.
Yeah, he did talk to one of them to get us past, like, into the restaurant.
Could be
Specifically
possible
hunted
he
a
was-
particular person down, actually.
Yes.
Well, Jack
and-
had a lot of contacts in the police.
But
If he looked like Jack,
Sure.
But the police published that there was a man that was killed.
well, yeah, the police knew
So-
it was Jack. That's how y'all found out about it.
But the guy wearing the Jack face went and talked to one of the police while they were at the crime scene.
Well, that's a little odd. He goes,
And
"But
specifically
it's
avoiding
Loki."
the rest.
Yeah, Loki could sign of Loki could very much like Mike interest somebody. That's fair.
Can you all not see me?
It's almost like we can still hear his voice.
Stop telling everyone I'm dead.
Oh no, I'm going into this bit.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm committing.
Yeah.
He doesn't realize he's activated it.
He doesn't at all.
So
It's
if
like,
we're
what the
going
fuck?
around, we need to make sure everyone's here. Where's Connor?
Where'd he go?
He's very loud, so there's
We would have noticed.
I'm
we
right
would've
here, guys.
absolutely Noticed.
Maybe he's taking a leak.
Fair enough.
Just waving in front of Hilarious' face.
Now, something that obvious would probably break it.
Well, it'd also require a contested roll. Since
Well, I mean, like, he couldn't walk up and slap somebody
Yeah,
and them not
no,
know you were
no.
there.
Yeah.
So getting right up in their face, I'm thinking you have to be at least a little circumspect when you're using it to keep the effect
Yeah.
going.
Well, I mean, he doesn't
Flesh
know.
babe.
Ha! Holy
Thank you.
shit, Connor!
Yes, hi.
You've been
What
there
are
the
you
whole
doing?
time.
I've been in the room the whole time. I never left.
Strange. I thought you stepped out a moment ago.
Yeah.
No, I just pushed a little bit of my power into this mirror that I stole from the Impious for a little while.
Strange.
Why are you messing with just random occult things? Wasn't there a discussion about this in the cloaks?
Well, apparently what it does is hides me.
And if it had been something that possesses you,
Again.
we would have to deal with that.
Bill's like, or sets you on fire, and he starts to put his pistol up where he quick drew it when somebody just appeared. Oh
Well,
crap! Somebody next to me.
well, I'm immune to fire, so
Connor,
yeah.
stupid question. When we get back home, can I look at that?
This?
Yeah.
I guess. Why?
Everybody's getting invisibility mirrors.
I'm
Absolutely
just
not.
curious.
Oh my.
Hilarious
Well,
grades validation, they would never go for that.
Speaking out of character, yes, that is the gist of reverse engineering. Is I want to break it down so I can make more.
The story guide, on the other hand.
Well,
He's like,
that's the
"No."
thing that I hate to dump cold water on Duba.
Oh,
But,
I figured.
Me and Eric were going through the book looking for different stuff today.
Okay.
And I ran across the relic creation stuff,
hmm
where it specifies that that's restricted to demigods.
Not
well,
quite.
and
You're
higher.
not there yet, but soon.
But
Could
So-
research at least, so.
You'll be able to
oh
do
yeah,
that.
he could be working on it.
Well, I'm not sure how much good it'll do to you. I had to fiddle with fate a little bit for this, I think.
Oh, it's not something I immediately have to mess with. It's just something on the
pocket
back
Samir.
burner.
Please don't just pop up. One of us is actually going to fire. And
Well,
then what?
I didn't know what it did. I mean, I had an idea because that dude at the hospital just kind of appeared out of nowhere. I didn't know it would do the same thing for me. I thought it was like a mortal thing.
Hmm.
Who knows?
Could
It'd
be
still
useful,
be interesting to
though.
learn its properties.
Yeah, it could.
Could be useful in the cave.
Can you imagine me with all the strength I have sneaking up on somebody?
You
Very
know?
efficiently blind somebody.
Like me
Especially-
just do it like TV style, just like right through the eyes?
They would be blinded. Just don't pull them out like olives or anything like that. It would be weird.
Okay.
I
I
mean,
make a habit of pulling out eyeballs.
No, I mean, like, if you poke your fingers in, they might out.
Oh, yeah,
Let's go to the morgue. How about that?
Bill just nods his head. Yeah, let's do that.
My head hurts.
Gentle Paps Hilarious, who did not heal at all.
So they all roll out to the vehicle. You know, y'all have got the little SUV y'all been driving around in.
Are we taking the scaled and furred children or no? Rappy.
Are you
We're
taking
going
it?
to
Okay.
fight after this.
What happened?
Are we taking
oh, excuse
the
me.
four-legged band members?
Yes.
Okay. And we have the multiple Connors still?
Technically, yes. One is at the hospital.
and nothing suspicious has gone on at the hospital.
Okay.
Uh,
Good.
So anyway, y'all look at y'all's car or y'all's SUV.
Mhm.
Bill loads up in a little smart car, which is actually a much better fit for the streets around here. But yeah, and blends in because there's a lot of those kind of cars around.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a very average paint job. But he leads you over to the city's main morgue.
No glitter shitters here.
You know, when he gets out, Sasha, he tells you where you know, what floor you'll need to go to, this, that, and the other. He goes, probably better that we don't all walk into the building in one big group like that.
Yeah, I'll walk in. No one should. I can just pretend like I'm a dumb lost tourist.
Right, lots of tourism at the morgue.
I was looking for a bathroom.
That they might believe.
I'm much more better liar than you are.
But he gives you the, you know, how to get there. He doesn't have specific contacts with the people in the morgue, but he has been in the morgue before.
Cool. She will follow the directions, walk unnoticed, activated, and probably sheep's clothing also activated. Just so if someone does happen to notice her, it doesn't really look like.
They couldn't identify you.
Yeah, they couldn't pull me out of a lineup if they needed to.
You don't have any trouble getting down there. You know, there's a security desk where you get into the morgue or whatever, but, you know, that guy doesn't pay no attention to you. And while the door is locked, you only have to wait around a few minutes before somebody comes through. From the way he's dressed, you know, you're assuming he's probably one of the morticians. Or forensics scientists or whatever it is. So, you know, when he flings the door open and walks through, you're able to just kind of follow him right through. He goes into one of the rooms where there's another doctor. And they seem to be in the middle of examining somebody, but it's nobody you've got to worry about. Still following Bill's directions. You go into kind of the main storage room, I guess, you know, where you've got the whole square doors on the walls thing, and you can roll people out.
No
And
one-
luckily, you read Dutch, so, or just enough Dutch.
Well, you could probably read like the date too, like where the death might or when the death might have occurred.
For just a
That's
second,
probably-
you're confused looking at the dates, and then you remember, oh, right. Day, then month, then year, because I'm in Europe. All right. Then it becomes much easier.
She will find the appropriate drawer.
And there's a whole mess of bodies from yesterday.
Yep. Do any of them say gunshot wound to head or anything like that?
Not on the little tags on the door.
Okay.
It's just kind of,
So just-
you know, it's just the equivalent of John Doe 1 through, 7 or 8 or however many it was, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
She'll start at one end and go to the other. Just open enough to kind of peek in and be like, "Are you who? No. Are you who I'm looking for? Are you? No. Are
Well, I
you?"
mean,
They're
they're all
all,
Fomorians.
You know, all of them with that date are the Fomorians.
Yeah.
But some of them were more flunky. Would they've all been the same level of hierarchy?
You don't know.
She's gonna look for the one that was driving.
Okay, you find him, no problem.
Because
Pull a whole
she figures
bunch of
that
things,
one
too.
would be the one. Since they're driving out of town, they would know where the Henson guy is.
Sure.
That would be, she assumed, who they were going to meet up with.
Mhm. So yeah, you pull his drawer out. He's sitting there with the hole in his head. He's got the big Y incision on his chest.
Ah, you've already been scooped. Okay. Activates. Can't remember the exact name of it. Unquiet Dead, and imbues one legend and talks to the corpse. He has a +3 attitude to her. Doesn't remember the 5 minutes before we got shot in the head, though, so that's good.
So he doesn't recognize you. He wasn't at the fight where you showed up. He's probably never laid eyes on you.
Still has a +3 attitude towards me.
Mostly, like,
Well,
gratitude
you
that
know, he'd have a
someone
better
finally
attitude
figured
not knowing you who you were, probably.
out.
Yeah.
So he doesn't remember the 5 minutes before he died. Okay. So yeah, the corpse turns and looks at you. Oh, Hey.
Hello. I've come with some questions.
Oh, sure.
Where's Henson?
Let's see. He's a
We
plus
were
3.
sent in.
attitude.
We were sent in to assist because of everything that's been going on. You all have been failing, and we've been sent in to correct that. Where's his location? We need to meet up with him.
Oh, he's at the cave outside the city.
The one that the locals go spelunking in. Or is
No,
there
no,
another?
no. It's part of that cave complex. We blocked off the portion we use. There's a different
Of
entrance.
course. Of course. That entrance is where? I assume you fortified it correctly.
Well, we have people guard it, and it's concealed more than anything else.
Many of your group have died recently. How many does that leave guarding the cave in Henson?
Oh shoot! When we rolled out on this little op, we rolled out about everybody. It should just be Henson and a couple of guys. He was going to call in some extra folk, but it's going to be a few more days before they could show up.
Yes, we were able to get here quicker, it seems. We're closer. We've heard that Henson is in ill health. Has that affected his ability to defend himself if need be?
Yeah, he's not much in a physical fight right now.
Relying more on his gifts.
Yeah.
And those
Yeah,
having
he can still look
suffered
at you, and that's not a good thing.
that hasn't suffered any degradation due to his illness.
No. Where was it you were from?
We were sent in from out of town. We were told again that you were failing. You couldn't manage to steal a few scions. And turns off Unquiet Dead because she's got pretty much all she needs.
So he immediately goes back into the exact pose he was in. And like always, you're not sure if the body is actually moving when it talks to you, or if you're just seeing it move when it talks to you. You should really let Telerius
Not
film
the-
you doing this one time.
Maybe. Not the weirdest thing she's seen, though. Okay. And sneaks the Dwar Dead guy back in, and
You covering back up?
she'll return him to how he was.
Oh.
Yeah, if he was covered and all that, makes it look like she wasn't there. And waits to leave again. Or are they? Was the security desk right in front of the door?
It was like to one side.
She can probably open it enough, and with walk unnoticed, and all that, they would play it off as, oh, someone went in and I didn't see him go by.
So yeah, you wait till he, till the guy at the desk glances over at something else. He's doing like paperwork. He glances over at something else. You slip on that.
Yep. And goes back upstairs. Back out to the vehicle.
Okay.
Passes on the info. Not the same entrance as the main cave, same cave system, but blocked off, different entrance. It's more hidden than anything. Probably just Henson and a few guys, but his magic is still effective. Physical fight, not so much, but that could be augmented by any number of relics. Oh, I should have asked that. We should probably make this quick, though. Apparently, in a day or two, they were expecting more. So, we could either be lucky and beat those folks there, or they could be there.
Well, I suppose we need to get a move on then, huh?
Feels like let's load up.
All right.
All right. So y'all drive out of town. Pretty much the same route y'all drove last night.
Hmm.
You know, you pass a little spot. The burned out car is still over. Or not burned out, but the wrecked car is still over to one side. As you pass, there's a wrecker there starting to pick it up. Apparently, they were not in a rush to move it since it was off the road and out of the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, you drive up most of the way like you were going to that main cave. There's road signs. Y'all are kind of just following behind Bill at this point. He parks in one of the regular parking lots that they've got. Because there's like a little park kind of around this cave too.
Okay.
So yeah, y'all park there. He talks to Sasha about what the guy told her, and y'all kind of map out, the kind of a couple of areas y'all should probably search. Let's see.
Jaden might be able to pick up a trail. I know they're both accomplished trackers.
Yeah.
Anyone's been coming and going from the cave, they would be our best bet.
All right, Jaden. Give me the old survival. Cunning would probably work fine for this.
Okay.
Old Bill the Seal is gonna give it a roll too.
4.
Not to be shown up by the out-of-towners.
Yeah, 4 successes.
Okay.
Shot you a DM real quick, Jason.
We have so many programs with chat stuff going on. I don't know which one to look at it first. All right.
Sorry.
So yeah, you and Bill start scouting around. Both of you wind up finding the trail. It's not the main trail that leads up. It kind of shoots off into the woods. Pretty well used. I mean, clearly this is one park goers use. But you follow it for a little while, and then you have a little branch off that just seems to go up. Start going up the hill through kind of the thick underbrush. It looks like whoever's been using it has been careful not to tear up too much, to kind of keep it hidden.
Mm-hmm.
But the two of you being very experienced trackers, you find the little signs that most people would miss. You go half a mile or so, further in and up. Let's see. You eventually come to a large outcropping of rock. That, looking at it, you can't imagine how how you would get into that, but it's where the tracks are leading. And when you get up there, it's a little gap in the rocks, and just the coloration and stuff. At a distance, it's not easy to tell that they're at a different that one's closer up than the other one you managed to slip through.
Mm-hmm.
Now the gap's actually pretty good size, like they could, yeah. The entrance to this cave is pretty large, like they could move some stuff through. Like I said, you got the rocks down blocking kind of at the ground level, and they put some brush and stuff up top that looks like tree limbs hanging over. Some decent effort has gone into hiding this. You don't figure any of your just kind of run-of-the-mill park goers would ever find it. And according to Bill, there's been no strange disappearances in the park or anything, so apparently, they were careful not to shit where they eat, so to speak. They haven't done anything that would give up the location.
Mm-hmm.
The most recent tracks, there's a couple that come and go, but you can see where there was a large crowd that left not too long ago. Like, the day before, or a couple days before. But you and Bill track that down. He's like, do we want to scout on into the cave or go back and get everybody else?
Scout a little just so we know what we're what's going on before we let them know anything.
Okay. Give me a subterfuge dexterity roll.
No successes.
Ooh,
7
momentum.
dice, and I got nothing.
Are you specialized?
No.
Still, that's one momentum for you.
Yes.
Feel good
We're
about
at
it.
3 now, yeah?
2.
Mm-hmm.
3.
3.
Yeah,
You
you're at
rolled a
3.
0
Okay.
on the
Jeremy
healing and the.
failed their.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
But so yeah, you and Bill start slipping in the cave. Utter silence, and then you just flat out, just full on kick like an empty beer bottle that goes skittering across the floor. That's echoing, and then when it hits the wall and shatters, it's yeah, you look over and Bill is just looking at you like, amateur. He doesn't say it, but it's in his eyes. And you hear movement coming from further back in the cave. Like rapid steps. So what do you suggest you do?
Back out and try to hide.
Alrighty.
Same thing, dexterity, subterfuge.
Yep. Well, you can use dexterity. You could also use cunning.
Dexterity has more by 1 at least. So I can keep the dexterity. Okay.
There you go.
Alright.
7 enhancement. 7 in total successes because I
Alright.
got a +2 to avoid being detected on sound and hearing. So if they try to listen to me, they can't find me.
Alright. So you and Bill race out, and you just fade into the woods.
Yeah, and with the woods, I also have a +2. So if there was woods there, then that's 9.
Yeah, this is a wooded.
Yeah, and that's 9 successes.
Jaden just dives directly into a bush.
I'm gone.
Does the Homer Simpson just?
You know that
It becomes a bush.
you know that Tumblr post that's like 2 guards chasing a druid. The druid turns into a tree in the middle of the desert. I saw him go
Oh, that's-
that way. Well, the tree would know better than us.
This tree always been here.
There's
No.
an old Charlie Chaplin skit he did where he's disguised as a tree.
Hmm.
I think we're all. Is it World War One Germans he's fighting or dealing with? I forget.
Mm.
Charlie Chaplin, found on Tuesdays.
That it ran across on my Facebook. I have no idea how. But anyway.
Mm.
So yeah, y'all race out. Bill's quietly muttering under his breath. All right, we got to find somewhere to hide. He turns and looks, and Jaden has just vanished on him.
Good, good.
So, whoa. Sure, you can play Batman now, but not when we're in the cave. And he jumps over to one side, and I mean, just luck of the draw, he winds up somewhere where there's practically no underbrush. So he's literally just standing ramrod straight with a tree between him and the door.
No.
It's a terrible hiding place, and you can see the look on his face. He knows it's terrible, but he didn't have time for anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else, it's probably going fine. This is fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'd come back and get us.
Yeah.
They wouldn't venture into anything without coming back to get us.
Of course not.
They're professionals.
I mean, they got 3 people here that can cloak themselves effectively.
So yeah, 2 Fomorians come running out. Both of them are the more misshapen variety. Probably the most misshapen ones you've seen so far, actually. Might even be why they weren't sent into town to do anything. One of them looks around and clearly doesn't spot anything. The other one steps out and looks around, slaps his buddy on the arm, and points at the tree that Bill's hiding behind. And, does the whole shh. And they start spreading out to try to flank him.
Quickly with her cell phone, she will message Talaria saying, "Get over here now."
All right, it's showtime.
As she's noticed them walking, note that they noticed Bill.
Yeah.
That's when she started messaging him because her phone's on silent. Always.
All right, it's our turn. Let's go.
What did they do?
I don't know, but we're gonna find out together.
Right.
Alright, so y'all go running up the hill.
Activates the oh son of a gun, the shieldy thing.
Okay.
Enforcing the boundaries.
Yeah, enforcing the boundary.
Yeah,
My brain's over.
Connor is going to activate Heavenly Stride and.
Alright, Connor, give me a survival tracking roll. You know the general direction they went.
Yeah. Survival tracking?
You gotta
Well,
track
survival
us.
tracking if you've got the specialty.
Yeah, I'm saying what's the
cunning.
attribute?
Oh, yes, cunning.
Cunning, okay. I do not have that. Tracking, anyway. So... 2 successes.
Okay. She wasn't, they weren't specifically trying to hide their tracks from you, so
Mm.
that's sufficient to kind of follow,
Woo!
the broken bushes and stuff.
Everyone else
Gotcha.
follows the floor. Oh yeah.
There we go.
Not the rest of us can't move at Mock Jesus, so we have to make our own rolls.
As a collective, you can definitely follow the tracks.
Yeah, well, Connor
Until-
is leaving a swath of broken branches and stuff in his path.
Sure.
True.
Until Arius can ping.
No, I do not. I have the Wild's purview. So,
But are you trying to be sneaky?
he's not. But
So then you
Well, at
can
the
leave
very
a-
least, they could follow all the swaying branches where something just ran by at the speed of sound.
yeah, there's definitely that. But yeah, the pass is like you move through the wilderness with a dryad's grace, and combine that with epic dexterity, and yeah, I'm basically
Hey,
Naruto.
Dryads in China.
I'm basically Naruto running through if I'm in woods, effectively.
You mean with your arms behind you and leaning forward?
Well, no, like the whole off trees thing.
Hmm.
Effectively.
Place has a trail on their own and is gonna like, all right, let's go, I guess.
So Connor arrives. All of you make it there, no problem. Connor arrives first, just as the two guys start to charge Bill. Bill sees one of them coming. Goes for his gun. He does not seem to notice the guy coming up behind him. Big ham hock shaped fist on this big bulging,
You?
Guy's right arm looks like, steroid induced weightlifter. While his other arm looks, pretty normal guy.
Can I get a shot in? Or no?
Yes, you and Connor can act, because you've been watching them do this, so you could be lining up your shot.
Mhm.
With Connor's speed, he'll get there first, and I'll let both of y'all go before these guys.
Okay. So, Connor, you get there first.
Okay. He's going to. He doesn't have the staff out. He has the gloves on, so just come in and basically just dive bomb at Mock Jesus straight at the closest guy's head.
It's like a Superman punch, but you're like just moving like that.
Yeah, he's not trying to be non-lethal in this case.
Well, there's no need to be, because, she can talk to the dead.
Yeah. So, dexterity, close combat.
And Eileen told us to kill everyone, so I feel like that gives us a carte blanche to just wreck
Okay.
shit.
So that is 8 successes.
So if anybody questions you, why, you were just following orders.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
I'm sure that'll work for you great.
Yeah.
No one knows we're out here, and we've already killed over a half dozen. We're just
Mhm.
rounding it out to a nice, even number.
Alright, so their defense is a 2. You said you had 8.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Big oof.
Alright, how you doing this?
Well, hit, crit, which leaves me with, I think, 2 left.
Yeah.
Let's see. Combat stunts. um, because
Mind
this,
them just in case.
yeah, this little.
How much does it take for you to
pop-up
crit?
is good.
Four.
Without using the staff 4.
Okay, it's the staff lets you do the 3 thing. Okay.
Yeah, because the staff specifically has the brutal tag because of Master of Weapons, and
Gotcha.
and we already worked out that his gloves, when he fights unarmed, do not technically count as weapons. So, you know what? I'll just have the impact hit for a shove and try to knock him into his friend since they're flanking, and he can knock him back 10 meters with his remaining.
Well, that would
2
go.
successes.
They've got Bill between them, so you'd be sandwiching
Yeah,
them.
you'd hit Bill.
Oh, okay. Can I knock him over Bill?
Yeah, I uppercut.
About 10 meters.
Okay, so that's what I'll do. I'll just.
Alright, so he takes 2 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And you knock him, he ends up landing on the other side of Bill.
Okay.
And then Jaden.
2, 3 successes.
Alright, well, there are 2, so if you got 3, their defense is 2, so if you got a 3, then.
Yes. Then I do free damage. They're paralyzed, or at least have a complication of 2. And we'll just do pin, so they'll have a complication of 4.
Okay. Alright, so Connor clocked the guy sneaking up behind Bill. He flies over Bill's head and lands, which has Bill kind of startled and looking back and seeing Connor standing there. Then Jaden plants an arrow in the shoulder of the one that was running up in front of Bill. Now, he screams and his movements get kind of sluggish as that, quasi paralysis thing kicks in. He actually mumbles something about face shot. Since it's, its origins are kind of from his, the pantheon he's involved in, so he recognizes it almost immediately. But he's still going to try to club old Bill in the head.
Does he get a complication from his buddy, like, going up and over him?
Nah, that guy just plopped down to the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, but he still has to buy off force, like a complication of 4.
Alright, so he got a total of 3 successes. Enhancements and all. So he can't buy off the 4 to actually do anything, so it's like a slow motion step forward kind of punch. That Bill does an overly dramatic matrix. Bill's actually doing it slower than he would normally do it.
They get an automatic injury condition because they couldn't buy it off.
Well, okay, now they only get that for the pin part of it.
Yeah.
And the pin part of it only put a 2 complication?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then he'll use his 3 successes to buy off that, not take
that
the
one? Okay.
Clearly, he focused too much on not getting hit, not enough on being able to do the hitting. As you shoot him once, and then the pin is basically you just doing covering fire sort of stuff. So there's a lot of arrows in the air. Alright, then the rest of you show up.
Get the slow one. Cow.
We're not gonna. This is y'all outnumber these guys so bad. We're not going to bog this down with a regular old initiative order. So, so we will just start off with the top of my screen. So we'll start with Sasha. So you're running in, and you see that you see where Connor. You see where Connor's standing behind Bill. Somebody's laying on the ground in front of Bill, starting to get up. I mean, the guy's not dead. One guy's moving sluggishly, and you see, an arrow sticking out of his shoulder. You don't see Jaden, but based on where the arrow's sticking out of the guy, you're guessing she's over this way somewhere.
That bush over there looks very menacing.
Surprise.
Really, that little cedar that you didn't look at suspiciously at all that she's hiding behind.
The bush is suspicious, but it's really the cedar. She'll come up and take a swing at the guy. Really? Come up and take a swing at the guy on the ground.
Princess is
very
like,
needy.
Mom!
Alright, so you're swinging at the guy that's trying to get up.
Yep, 6 successes.
Jesus Christ.
And since he's down, he loses 2. He loses 2 defense.
You can conceivably crit on him.
Do you crit on him?
I'm a... 1 second. Well, no, she wouldn't have time to figure out how bad he looks. Yeah, she's just gonna go all in, and that also applies all damage against him is aggravated.
Alright, so she charges forward, Kopesh out.
There's
Just
a,
2
like,
hands.
anime drop.
Guy's head just goes rolling in the dirt.
Don't let it fall in the beer bottle. Not too late.
Well, this is outside
can-
the cave. She kicked the beer bottle
can
inside the cave.
We can still conceivably talk to him.
Sure. It's not like he's really having to pump air through anything to speak with you. But the other guy gets all wide-eyed when he sees this.
Does a little stand and flicks the blood off and looks at him.
While that person's looking at Sasha, Telarius is gonna just aim the flashlight and burn him.
Alright, well, let me go down my list. Jaden.
Sure.
Okay. Shooting the guy that she shot before.
Okay.
Nope. Not at all.
All right, Robert.
Why dice?
There's a 1 in there, and you're proficient. You have a specialty, right?
Huh?
Do you have a specialty with bows
Yeah.
or crossbows? Okay, so we get 2 momentum from that.
There's a 1 in there, so isn't that 3? Because it's a botch roll.
Oh, botches. What do botches let me do?
Right. There's the one for the botch, the one because it's a specialty, and because I still failed, so that's 3 momentum.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like something bad is supposed to happen when you botch.
You have to play bocce ball.
God, I hope not.
An especially bad failure is called a botch. This occurs, yada yada yada, no successes and at least a 1-1. Ah, they fail to achieve their goal and also an additional setback. Well, let's see. A botched attack not only misses. I guess letting her shoot one of you on accident would be a little much.
A little bit.
How many ones did she have in the roll?
Just
one.
one.
Okay. Your bowstring breaks.
Pull it back. Shit.
Luckily, she keeps extra of that stuff on her. So that's what she'll spend the next round doing.
All right, Robert.
Yes, sir. Right. Let's see. Well, he's just gonna take a shot at anybody he can clearly see.
Well, there's only one guy standing now. One guy has lost his head.
Well, let's see.
I'm on my 3rd drink. It must be our 3rd hour.
We're getting there, Captain.
It's just about to turn over 8 o'clock.
3 successes.
3
God, you're
successes?
shooting.
Alright. He's got a defense of 2, so that's enough to hit him.
And I will spend the spare point to pin him.
Okay, so you shoot him once, and you just keep pulling the trigger to kind of put suppression fire in.
Basically.
Telarius.
I'm gonna cap us off by burning him. Cow! With the flashlight.
Alright, and that still requires an attack roll, doesn't it?
Yes.
Alright, make the roll.
1 success. No. Yeah, it's just 1 success. I'm not specialized at it yet,
Okay.
so I don't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, it scalds him a little bit, but he manages to kind of jerk out of the way of the worst of it. And Connor.
Well, he's gonna clock the other guy.
Does he have a complication for being pinned, or is that just for someone trying to like get up? Is that for him just trying to move?
That's for him trying to do things.
I guess you know what? I'll use might instead of dexterity this time. That's 11 successes.
Just
Okay.
just murder him. Just murder him. Put him out of his misery.
I mean,
He's-
that's gonna happen regardless.
He's just gonna walk up to the guy and it's like on his skull and just
Alright.
crush it.
All right, relax there, Omni Man.
Think!
Alright, so you do
Think
your
no
automatic
more.
damage, and then you crit 11 times or whatever.
Almost 3 times.
Yeah, I
Because
can
you,
get
'cause
2
you rolled
criticals.
5 successes.
And with using might, I have an additional enhancement, so that's +6 to enhancement total.
Okay, well, enhancements max out at +5.
Okay, so
So-
10.
That's another thing I found today.
Do they? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Things I've learned today.
Now, I don't know if that moves up as you go, from hero to demigod, but, at
It
least at
makes
hero.
sense that it would.
Something for us to find out when we go up to demigod, right?
And if they ever put that book out.
Next
What do
year.
they say?
when we keep this campaign going, because I think we're all having a heck of a lot of fun.
Well, see, I don't think the Demigod book will be out by the time we start the next campaign, so it might be the one after
It'll
that
be
that we
like
come back
halfway
and do
into. It'll
Demigod.
be halfway into the next campaign.
How it
That
usually
just
goes.
means 20. Let's see, this is 2021. That just means 2020. The 2023 season might come back to. Cycle.
Let's say I did look. They're I think right now they're working on a book that is basically like Cthulhu.
They've got a Cthulhu one and they've got one on dragons.
Yes.
I'm surprised Sox doesn't want to do the Dargans one.
Well, apparently, looking at it, the dragons are their own power. That have the same like power scale rating as the gods and titans. True dragons are just as powerful as gods and titans. Which made me go, followed by, I want a dragon.
Well, when you get to
He's
like
like-
some of your Near Eastern cultures, like Tiamat, ignore the D&D version.
Mhm.
But Tiamat was basically a goddess, but she was always depicted as a dragon.
Yeah.
So there's some bleed over there.
Yeah, I did look into the book, like the little snippet preview. Apparently, the dragons ruled the capital W world, before the gods and the titans even came into the picture. And they usurped the world from the dragons, and the dragons are mad about it.
I would imagine.
But anyway,
Say, for your love of dragons, I'm surprised you don't have a bearded dragon.
Awkward silence.
No, it's not even an awkward sight. It's a blank stare, daggers into Rappy.
yeah.
All right. So you thunderclap that guy's head.
He just shakes his hands off.
You?
Yeah, it's like a watermelon, just sort of exploding.
Weirdest Gallagher skit ever.
Well, Sasha, you and Bill and Connor, you look like people that were sitting on the front row of a Gallagher show without the plastic sheeting that you're supposed to bring.
I'm away from that. So,
Yeah.
even as soon as if I see that, I'm like, even if I'm far away, I'm getting further back. I'm like, oh, shit.
All the ranged people are fine, but everybody that was up close with either one of those guys, yeah, just
There's nothing
Ugh.
bad about Fomorian blood, right? Just getting on you at least. It's not acidic.
Bill's like, I don't think so.
Connor just looks down at himself, just shakes his hands off, and is like, well,
Pulls that out.
let's get
the
moving.
handkerchief. Oh God, he's in my mouth.
Oh.
That phrasing?
Tillers keeps going. Like, fuck these guys.
Let's go in as quiet as possible. As quiet as possible considering what we've and just kind of motions into the general area.
Considering the gunfire.
Mm-hmm.
The gunfire. Wait, was there? Yeah, there was gunfire. The gunfire, the screaming, the sound of a head exploding.
Doesn't make a lot of noise.
It's a light popping sound.
Like a bird.
There's some
song.
crunching too, because the bones. But yeah.
So but nothing within like 10 feet.
Let's go.
Well, that's how I know that. I'm continuing on.
Mm-hmm. And Connor will take point. As his player needs to stretch his legs out a bit.
Yeah, Hilarious is on. Forward.
Forcing the things on.
Yeah, that didn't really come up. Fight those two.
Yeah, but that might come up with any of the next guys.
Could be.
Covering the bases.
That's fair, I suppose.
Yeah.
Sasha gives out a quiet reminder of, remember, evil eye.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Telarius is going to just grab a fig and just like almost stress eat a fig.
I forget, what did the
they're-
figs do?
They gave me a bonus to. They gave me an enhancement to spoken skill checks.
Oh.
Until the end of the current scene. The stress seats a fig.
Alright, so y'all start walking into the cave.
Mhm.
Bill warns you there may be beer bottles laying around. And then you see him kind of stare daggers at Jaden for just a second.
I take it you found out personally.
Yes, Jaden found that out for us.
Good to know. And Connor will pull his legend out of Heavenly Stride, put it into Walk Unnoticed, and will start sneaking ahead.
Okay. Alright, so as the scene outside wraps up, you swap from speed to stealth, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Alright. Now, does that just give you bonuses to a roll, or how does that work?
It's Walk Unnoticed.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Nothing can. Yep. It's the one with the contested rolls.
Okay.
Yeah. It's see, judging from what you described, what the mirror does, like when I asked in Discord, it's basically just the Walk Unnoticed boon.
Yeah. That's how it works.
I copy pasted it.
So yeah, he does the poof.
Alright. So you go creeping forward.
Uh-huh.
As you're walking along, it looks like natural cave for a little ways back, and then it clearly starts becoming worked stone.
Okay.
Though I say worked stone, in some cases these little offshoot tunnels look like they've been melted.
All right.
You know, nothing else about this cave looks like a lava tunnel or anything, but some of these offshoots kind of do.
Okay.
But they open up into rooms.
So it looks like they got melted away by heat of some kind.
Possibly.
Okay.
Yeah. Heat or something other supernatural. We're being raided by the Nerds Tavern.
Ooh,
Woo!
hello, the Nerds
Oh,
Tavern.
The Nerds Tavern are raiding the Nerd Eternal Network. We fit in.
Oh.
Well, we're on
Awesome.
Dire Bear currently. But
Well,
yes.
Well, yes, but
Give it a few weeks for it to show up on the Nerd Eternal.
Thank you, Iggy and Saya, for that.
Aww.
oh, hey,
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for
Hi,
coming
guys.
by.
Yeah.
we know them.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Iggy used to watch our vampire games.
Okay.
Yeah.
hmm
Well, we're playing Scion now.
Less intrigue, more punching.
Mm.
Slightly.
There was a
Right.
fair amount of punching in Vampire. If you
I'm in
count
my
claws.
element.
Well, that was all me.
Yeah.
Claws were me.
Well, thank you. We enjoy you. Enjoy it. We appreciate it, rather.
Yes.
We'll take any support we can get.
Yep.
Well, almost awesome.
It's like enjoy the punching. Connor up here. I am in my element.
But anyway, you're looking down through one of these side rooms.
Mhm.
And when you get inside, there's light switches on the wall.
Yeah.
You know, the metal, like with the metal tubing, you know, they don't have it like in the wall. It's
Yeah.
and there's something giving off heat out of this room.
Is like the heat coming from the wall, or like radiant, or is it coming from us?
Well, it's dark right now. He's found the light switch, but he hasn't necessarily turned the light on
Okay.
because all the lights in this cave have been turned off currently.
He'll take it slow and kind of creep around. Since he was warned about stuff potentially being on the floor.
I'm still moving forward.
All right, you keep around the room, and there's stuff here. You know, okay, table, chairs,
Mhm.
some sort of sculpture, maybe.
Hmm.
But eventually, you find something that it's almost as tall as you,
Okay.
kind of roundish, and it's very warm to the touch. Not unpleasantly so. I mean, you're immune to fire anyway,
Mm-hmm.
but even to a normal person, it wouldn't be unpleasantly warm. It's just kind of. But it feels like it feels like slick stone that you're touching.
Hmm. Okay. I'll just kind of run his hand across it, try to see if he can distinguish anything.
Like I said, it's kind of roundish,
Yeah.
but more oblong.
So kind of like an egg shape.
Not quite a chicken egg, but you could easily see it being some kind of egg.
Don't like that.
Stuff usually hatches from that.
Yes, omelets.
Yeah.
Guys, we're gonna have like a giant omelet.
Wonder what you are.
You also find a rack of weapons,
Mm-hmm.
like old school spears and swords and stuff.
Okay.
You can feel rust on them. Like I said, you haven't turned the lights on yet, so
Yeah.
you know, you can feel they aren't in good repair.
Okay. He'll like go over to the tables and chairs and stuff, like run his fingers across them. Do they like have like a thick layer of dust that he can feel?
Yeah, pretty thick.
So this is a room that hasn't been used in a while.
Right.
Okay.
May just be a storage room or something.
Okay. I'll just pat the eggs like coming back.
Oh no.
There's a pulse of heat.
It's gonna be one big ass chicken.
Or did you
Chocobos are
want me to
real.
take you with me?
Chickenosaurus.
It's a velociraptor.
Don't
It's a
give me a
Godzilla.
velociraptor.
It's a huge.
If you've ever seen me play a Monday game with Heath, you don't give me velociraptors.
They were really only the size of turkeys.
One giant Canadian goose.
Yes, but pack tactics
Fair.
means a lot of damage. Play a druid, folks. Quickest way to break D&D.
All right, are the rest of y'all just waiting outside this room while Connor sneaks around inside?
I've been moving forward.
Yeah,
Alright.
also moving forward, walk unnoticed.
There's a few other
I don't-
rooms that splinter off from this main, like, I'll call it a hallway.
Kind of putting my ear to them and seeing if I hear movement or sounds.
Hold
So
on.
far, it's silent.
Okay.
You get a little further forward. The cave's sloping down. There's a sharp turn, and once you make that turn, you can see some light.
I'll say I just made a roll for Connor to pluck a hair, make his third clone.
Okay.
I'll have the other two like watching the entrance of the cave itself, make sure no like reinforcements come in.
Okay.
Third clone is going to stay here with the egg.
Oh
while
my
while
god.
real Connor goes to meet up with everybody else.
Why not picture him just sitting cross-legged on top of it?
He's
Honestly,
incubating it, it's fine.
I'll honestly probably like just sitting there and just like holding it, just like this is mine now.
Taped across. It's the Egg Mountain Final Fantasy.
I mean, it pulsed when he said he was coming back, so he's like, this might mean something.
Might not be a good thing.
Who knows? And so he'll say, I'm gonna leave a copy of me here with you. and I need to go find my friends.
Okay, there's no particular reaction to that. So yeah, you race down the hallway. You catch up with him.
Okay.
Like I said, you're creeping down the hallway, getting closer to a lit area.
Mhm. Okey-dokey.
Just
This
like-
area is starting to look lived in. Like I said, there's lighting here. There's rugs on the ground. Fairly modern appliances. This has clearly been like a long-term base for somebody.
Out loud to nobody because Tillarius now has an idea. Tillarius has known that Sasha can like fuck off, but now they know that Connor has the ability to do so. So like just kind of like under in like a whispered voice, "Hey Connor, are you here?"
What do you want?
Ah, God.
And
Never
did you notice him?
fucking changes. I have something I want to try on our leader here, but I need him distracted.
How distracted do you need him?
Very.
As in, like, there's somebody in his face levels of distracted, trying to
Yeah.
push his shit in?
Yeah.
I can do that.
Well, let's cross a couple roads first, but when we get to that.
Deal.
Off you go.
And he'll sneak on ahead.
All right, as you're thinking ahead, you find a room that's set up kind of like barracks. You find kind of a kitchen area. You find the restroom.
The
They're
barracks
using
area.
chemical toilets.
Does it look like there's any more Fomorians in the living area?
Not so far, though. You start to hear coughing from further back.
Okay. He'll take his time to inspect like the barracks, kitchen, living area section for any more Fomorians. And
Okay,
if
yeah, you
he runs into any like on their own, then he'll just find a spot like to where the body can be hidden and then just
You don't find anything else.
Okay.
Not in these front few rooms. Like I said, you hear the coughing
Yeah,
further
yeah.
back, so you know somebody's in here.
Yeah, he's gonna be like taking his time, basically like moving from room to room, checking.
Okay. You find a fancier bedroom that strikes you as somebody important. You know, it's got this whole kind of master bedroom vibe.
Okay.
And then the last room, it's got like a proper. Several of these rooms have proper doors, but you know, it's got a proper door that's shut. There's light coming out from under the door. You hear a little bit of movement inside. You hear the coughing again.
Okay. You'll go ahead and activate Heavenly Stride.
All right, so that's 2 of your legends spent.
Or imbued, but yes.
Well, that's what I mean.
And he will wait until the rest of the party comes around.
Okay, if they've continued to slowly make their way forward, then they catch up with you just a couple minutes.
Okay. And he will slowly turn the door and sort of creak it open so he can peek in.
Creak it open is a good way to put it because the hinges could really use some oil.
Fair enough.
So it makes a loud creaking as you look in. There's an older fella kind of hunched over in a wheelchair, blankets wrapped over his legs.
Hmm.
You know, he kind of rolls. He you hear him coughing as he rolls his chair around, looks at the door.
Are his eyes closed?
This side of his face is slightly misshapen. It gives him kind of the Popeye squint.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really tell if that eye is completely closed. Or like I said, if it's just kind of barely squinted open. But his other eye is open.
Okay. So from Sasha looking into it, that sounds like the legend of like where Baylor has one like misshapen eye that remains closed.
There are some descriptions of him in some of the sources that describe him that way, yes.
Okay. Enough to be circumspect to be like, this could be the guy.
Yes, though this is not the only Fomorian you've seen with with a malformed face.
Yeah. But looks sick with something.
Looks sick, looks older than any of the rest of them you've seen.
And
he's balding up
shadow.
top and got kind of that ring of hair that drapes down to his shoulders, but it's all bald up there.
Okay, so with Walk Unnoticed still active, he'll try to sneak into the
All right, what's the roll for that?
we do a clash.
All right.
I'm gonna have subterfuge as my skill, considering that has the same number of points as my legend.
All right, so it's the legend plus.
It's his cunning and legend versus my manipulation and legend.
Okay.
Can I burn momentum on this?
It is a dice roll, so yes, you may.
I'll take 2.
All right, you're spending 2. Count them 2 momentum.
So I will change the skill I'm rolling to athletics because I have 5 points in that, just for ease of dice rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we're down to 4.
And yeah,
Ooh, fuck.
that is 9 successes total because of my general enhancement from the Jingu Bang.
All right, he got 5, so you beat him quite handily.
Okay, and he'll sneak into the room.
Do you just leave the door gaping open, or do you shut it again?
He's looking directly at the door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he heard it open. He turns around and he looks.
So he'll leave the door open to not give away his presence.
All of you outside the hall here.
He didn't swing it open. It's
Hmm.
just like open just enough for him to like slip in.
Those of you out in the hallway hear the voice of an old man. Who's there? Let's see. Then he called the name. DeVos, is that you?
Sasha would have been walking near Tolarius, kind of puts an arm to keep them from going forward.
Hmm?
Now suddenly visible, but not visible in the doorway.
You were also walking unnoticed.
He starts kind of wheeling his chair further back, like he's going to put it, like getting his back up against the the bookcase is against the wall on that side. This room looks like a study. There's shelves of books. There's what you assume is a fake fireplace.
Yeah. Did we get a description of what the guy looked like from the Fomorian?
No.
No. Okay. Did we? Would Bill have described him at all? Like they've had run-ins apparently in the past.
They've had run-ins with his people.
With
They've
his
never
people.
met him in
Got
person.
it. Okay. I misunderstood what you said then. So he'll like sort of do a cursory look around, like not shuffling with anything. Let's see if anything's addressed to my brain.
Henson.
Hanson, that's it. Henson. It's been a long day. Let's do a cursory look around because he knows they've sent out a request for reinforcements.
Hilarious.
So he'll want to see if like there was a reply or if like specifically to Henson that's sitting in here, just to make 100% sure this is the guy.
Well, you don't really see any letters laying around. I mean, his laptop is over here, but
Oh well, he'll go peek at the laptop.
he was doing research on tuberculosis, specifically like
Ew.
drug-resistant strains.
Okay, another tick to this is the guy I need to murder.
That's fucked up.
He'll while he's staring at the door, not the laptop, he'll just sort of quickly run his finger over the mouse, the touchpad, and like check to see if for some reason this guy used his name as his profile on the laptop.
No, it's got like a generic number.
Just a generic number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hilarious will throw their voice, and they will say, "Oh, Henson, is that you? You okay?
Who's that?
I'm just one of the newer guys."
Sasha looking over like,
I'm good at this.
If you're here to murder me, at least don't insult me.
Not
That
here to
point-
murder you.
The second he says that, Connor will full speed just try to hit right for the misshapen eye that's closed as he goes, okay.
All right, give me a roll.
And I will declare feat of scale.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
we're murdering old men. I'm just making that clear, right?
An
Yeah.
old man with tuberculosis.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Who probably
no.
called a hit on the other guy. To be fair,
Is there any kind of enhancement bonus I get from being in stealth?
No, that's
Okay.
not something the ability gives you.
That's why I'm asking you as the story guide. Is saying, is that something that you will grant me considering the circumstance?
Considering he's expecting something to happen, no.
Fair enough.
If you,
Alright.
if you did that like 5 seconds ago, you probably would have gotten something.
Besides, it's
Fair.
a physical attack. You probably have your enhancements maxed out anyway.
I
Maybe.
might.
You are maxed out on. We've established that.
Yeah, I would be. Does scale go over the max enhancement?
I don't think scale counts for enhancement, does it?
Yeah, scale
Yeah.
may be a separate something. You have a thing there. Or you have a point
Scale does count towards enhancement when it's active. Dang. Okay, so I've been over channeling enhancements.
have.
there. Yeah, I ran across that today. I was like, yeah, I think I'm messing that up.
You have too many fucking buffs.
Well, too many bones that go into the same thing.
Yeah, apparently. Alright then.
you have to diversify your buff.
I do, apparently. So that is. If 5 is the maximum, then that would be a +9 to enhancement with scale counted.
All right. So that is 9 successes. His defense is a 4.
It's 12 total.
All right. Well, his defense is still 4.
Okay. So I'm gonna hit and double crit directly into the eye.
All right. When you hit him, he triggers his.
Oh boy.
That's always a phrase you want to hear.
Oh, crap.
It's like Magic the Gathering. In response,
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. In response to my last email,
He
Or-
counterspells your punch.
Or I'm gonna take a reaction.
uh-huh.
many things happen at once.
Yep.
That's my favorite from Vampire.
All right. Now it's the iron. It's that iron skin one, like you've got. What is that called?
Oh, Skin Like Stone.
Skin like stone.
Stone.
It increases soft armor to 3 if unarmored.
Okay. Then yes, he is unarmored.
All right, so it'll cost 3 to actually do damage, which will leave me with 5. So still gonna crit, and then blind with the remaining success.
All right, so 1 wound.
That tracks. You're punching the eye anyway.
1 for critting. And then I think blind is 1 complication, or is it 2?
Let me pull up that thingy again. Combat stunts. Difficulty 1 on all shoot and thrown attacks on their next turn.
All right, that's fair. So you run up, you punch him. You know, you clearly do damage, though. You feel as your fist is striking, you feel that body firm up,
Mm-hmm.
and then for a second you think he's having a like a seizure or something.
Mm-hmm.
The way his body suddenly jerks around, but as it does that, yeah, it's bulking up and swelling up.
Oh, jeez.
And he kind of, you kind of half knock him out of his wheelchair, and he catches himself on the desk and stands up. Where he looked like he might have been, 5'5", standing up, when he was sitting in the chair. Now he stands up, he's taller than you.
Okay.
Where he had the slight kind of misshapen side of his head before. Other than that, he looked fairly normal. Now he's all kind of hulked out.
Okay.
None of the limb sizes quite match, but they're all pretty beefy.
Fair.
Is he still the only person here at the moment?
That y'all are aware of. Y'all don't see it. Y'all hear the sound of a fist hitting meat.
Sure. No, that's. Oh, I guess we're doing this.
But the rest of y'all, we
don't hear any footsteps coming forward. I don't hear flesh twisting in the.
No, but he does take a swing at Connor, and at which point you hear him yell. What would he call you? He's old. He'd be typically melodramatic, so he's calling you foolish child or something.
Insolent whelp!
Meddling teenagers!
Rude mother! Anyway.
Fair.
Right.
Yeah, see, me going through realizing I am literally at max for unarmed combat using dexterity with my gloves.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm 1 short of maximum using might with the staff.
Alright, so we got a total of 7 successes.
7? Alright, I will go ahead and make a defense roll.
Okay.
It's 2.
So that makes it 3.
Right. Plus 3 enhancement. So 6. Is it 3 or 4? Hold on. I get 1 for general from staff.
Enhancements from buffing yourself.
Plus
I don't
2.
think the staff thing
it
counts
is...
towards your defense roll.
It's a plus 1 general enhancement. So it counts to everything. It's basically there's general and then there's situational. I did look that up with the relics. When I realized, shit, I've been using the staff all wrong because I've not been using that plus 1.
Let's see.
A 2-dot relic can have a general plus 1 enhancement that applies all the time.
Alright. Where is the defense roll stuff? Because you don't even count. Your defense rolls, I thought, were just the stat. Why does this thing keep beeping at me?
Let's see, defending.
Alright. Alright, defense rolls.
It says without any skills, but
Modifiers to attacks and defense actions. Alright, going prone, standing in ambush.
I'm excited to find out we've been doing that wrong too.
Alright. Alright, we'll let it count for now, because I can't find anything in these books quickly, so.
okay, so yeah, so stamina +1 from purview, passive, 2 from gloves, specific situational, and then 1 from staff. So +4, which makes my defense a 7.
Okay. Gonna have to look into that, because that's broken. The way this system works, that's broken, if that's how that works.
I mean, I still have to like have any successes on the roll for all that to count. But
Alright, so. What did I say he had? That's it, he had 7s. Alright, so he misses. Alright, so the rest of y'all outside hear all this going on. Now you can tell for sure there's a fight. Somebody's screaming.
Yeah. Someone's screaming. Still no footsteps coming.
No.
Weird.
Well, the guy she questioned did literally say it was Hanson and a couple of guys.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, we already killed a couple of guys.
Do we need to roll initiatives?
No, I'm just gonna let y'all go.
Alright.
Sasha looks hilarious. Looks back
Don't
at
just-
Bill and
Don't forget the eye, I guess. This is kind of depressing now. Anyway, Hilarious kind of like peeks out, just the weakest KO ever as they pop out the flashlight, try to burn the guy.
Alright, so you kick the door open with your flashlight out?
Mhm.
Alright, give me a roll.
Nope. I got nothing. They'll
Alright.
just they'll do that and then like kind of get back like behind the door, on the other side of the door, because don't want to be hit by the eye.
Alright, Robert, what are you doing?
Well, since all the chaos has ensued, that's a darn good question. Probably gonna move up forward to see what's going on with the commotion. After hearing all the wonderful sounds, especially, Connor being monkey.
Well, Hilarious has kicked the door open, so you can see into the study now. So you see, this big, jacked up Mr. Hyde, looking guy standing over Connor.
Well, with him not having any of the context and giant Hulk about ready to smash our fellow Smasher Monkey boy, he's gonna open fire.
Alright, roll it.
Neat. Oh wow, 5 successes.
Alright.
You've got one to play with.
So yes, one gets through. But he's got his I blank on his name again. Body of Stone, or whatever it's called. And that requires how many to actually do damage?
3. I think was what we said.
Yeah, I think it was 3.
Oh, excuse me.
All right, so you make contact, but the bullet seems to just ping off of him. Jaden.
Okay. Connor's in the room, right?
Yes.
If she looks through, will she be able to see Connor?
Yeah.
Okay.
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 So I'm looking in the book where it says like enhancements and stuff. And... It specifically says in a thing, be careful giving enhancements over 3 without accompanying drawbacks. So
And how many enhancements do you have?
Too many.
if I'm fighting unarmed, 5.
Okay, well then never mind. Because you can't go above 5, right? Or is it 10?
5.
Then I won't even do Call of the Wild.
Yeah, I'm looking at enhancements. Level of enhancement 5. Extreme. A God of War guides your blade. Equipment example. Excalibur.
Well, that would be if you bought like a relic with like just a +5 enhancement on it.
Yeah.
You've
Okay.
got multiple somethings that kind of are stacking together.
Yeah. I was actually thinking, we can talk about it later, of removing or like swapping one of my purviews out.
Okay. Anyway, what are you doing, Jaden?
might help. Sorry.
Okay, well since he can't have any more enhancements than 5, I will not do Call of the Wild like I was thinking of doing. And he is currently looking at Connor or at the door.
He's kind of glanced. He was looking at Connor. Then somebody kicked the door open and shined a flashlight on him, and then somebody shot him. So now he's kind of looking out the door at all y'all.
Yeah. Kind of can't go through the door then, huh? Okay. It's gonna be hard to do since I have to aim to shoot. Can I just like try to blind aim in his direction?
Well, you can see him. You can shoot at him if you want to.
Okay.
Doors
Well, I
open, You
did.
can fire.
I just
Yeah,
don't know with his special eyes.
You can fire and dodge.
Okay.
Duck behind. Yeah. That's what I did.
Alright. We shall fire and dodge. Okay, god damn it. This chat has to be muted. And convention talk. Okay. Five, 6.
All right, his defense is a 4, so it leaves you 2 to play with.
You can like stone, so it still don't do damage. Oh wait, yours is piercing. Is that different?
What's that?
If an arrow is piercing, does that still? I think we had this discussion once about piercing through soft armor or something like that.
Well, I don't think the bow is armor piercing.
But he does have a +2 complication to whatever he tries to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the paralysis bit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to do damage for that to take effect?
So it says, I perform it as follows. If I do the attack and paralyze, it does not inflict an injury condition. So I just gotta hit them, but it won't injure them, it'll just paralyze them.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is my non-lethal damage.
Okay. So his the body armor type stuff he's got isn't going to help him with that.
No.
Because you're making the contact. He's got a 2 complication on him.
Mm-hmm.
For ranged attacks and throws or something like that. What was it?
Just suffers on their next turn.
Okay.
If they don't buy it, off. They can't take any movement until the end of their next turn. Healing knacks and boons cannot alleviate this complication.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you see him kind of stiffen up. You know, his movements get a little slower.
Yeah. And that's probably all I'll do. Just
Alright.
hide behind, back again from the door.
Okay. You know, I think I've been putting marking damage down on people you've shot with that before.
Oh, yeah. I just
Oh.
like really read it, and I'm like, okay, so this is my non-lethal damage. If I wanted to do it.
All right. So Sasha, you're gonna run in and get in melee combat with him, aren't you?
Let's get weird.
Huh?
I'm gonna need a clash roll from you.
All right. We said that was his legend.
Nope, it's that right there. Presence and legend versus my presence legend versus his resolve legend.
Okay.
I'm going to try Sekhem's Blaze.
What does that do?
You manifest the power and energy of your living souls, a brilliant light shining in your eyes, exerting your dominance over all you behold. The target must either flee from or is cowed into submission and cease its hostilities. Your choice. And presence and legend. I'm going to roll presence culture because my culture's 3.
Okay.
Not as good as I was hoping.
Okay. He's got a total of 4. So you rolled 3. Is there anything else you add to that?
I have a general enhancement from the Kopesh.
Okay. So that's 4 and 4. So that's a tie.
Okay. Do ties go to the player on this or nah?
I would say if you started talking to him that he would pause long enough to talk to you, assuming he didn't take any more attacks. He's not going to stand there passively while people are beating on him. But... And there's nowhere for him to flee to because y'all are in the way of the exit. So if you're doing this to de-escalate, you can de-escalate.
There's nowhere for him to run, though. Can I retcon that?
Sure.
F it, she's gonna swing a sword.
Okay.
Five.
His defense is a 4, so that's a hit.
And doesn't he have skin like stone?
Yes.
So does it any connection? Or would the 1 to do damage apply at all?
No, you'd have to buy off 3 before you could do damage to him.
Okay.
Do you have to do damage before the hinky
nope,
thing?
I just have to have a connected attack.
Alright, well you connected with him.
Yep, then any damage against him is aggravated until the end of her next turn.
Okay. But you're not initiating the thing that pops off into another dimension.
No, because I would still have to buy off something, I believe. I'll double check, but I think I still would buy off his armor.
Alright, then we are back around to him and Connor. We'll let Connor go first.
Well, does it look like he's going to try to open his eye anytime soon?
It still looks all squinty shut and, even looks like he's going to have a nice shiner now.
Yeah, what the heck? He'll jump up and try to clock him in the eye again.
Alright.
Which will switch over to dexterity. combat. So that is 9 successes in total.
All right, his defense is a 4.
4 leaves me with 5. I have to burn 3 to damage him,
Mm-hmm.
and I will tag him with a blind just from the hit. And if that stumbles him when I land back down on the ground, I'll sweep my leg and use the final success to do a trip.
All right, so the blind gives him a 2. Or no,
Sweep the leg.
was it a 1 or a 2 complication?
1.
Okay. So
Yep.
that gives him a 1 complication. And then you're going to knock him prone?
Yeah, with the final success.
Now, is that just an automatic, or is there an opposed something to that combat stuff?
It says knockdown trip, 1 success, knock your opponent prone where they stand.
Okay. All right, so he falls down.
Well, See, 'cause I see on the ranged one, knockdown successes equal to opponent's stamina.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, close
knockdown in close combat is just 1 success.
It's harder to knock someone down with a ranged weapon than
Well,
it is.
yeah, fair.
Yeah, I think that's where they're going with that.
Because it's
Okay.
also 2 to blind in with a ranged weapon, and 1 with the melee or in close combat.
All right, then
Yeah.
it's his go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see here.
Over here spinning a d20 on me.
Sometimes you just gotta.
Yeah. I have one of those d20 rings.
Ah, yeah, I've got one of those somewhere.
Nice fidgeting device.
Yeah. I can usually take it to work if I know it's going to be a bad day, so I just have something to spin just to keep myself from murdering somebody.
It's easier to sneak around with it, a fidget spinner. They don't notice it in the meeting as much.
Yeah. That actually is true. Like, I've been sitting there just doing this. Just under the table. It gives you something to fidget with.
All right, let's see. All right, he is going to activate Visage Great and Terrible
Okay.
as he stands back up.
So we all suffer +2 complications.
Yep, on any action that does not somehow help them flee your presence.
Yep.
Trivial targets automatically flee. Y'all are not trivial, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Any kind of contested roll?
No, he just puts the complication on you. You know how an owl can almost turn its head completely around?
Yeah.
His head kind of does that.
Ooh.
Oh, wrong eye.
And then that,
Thanks, I hate it.
like I said, he's all bald up top, but he's got that long hair in the back, and it just sort of splits open, almost like a curtain, and he's got an eye turned sideways. So as the eyelid opens, it scoots the hair out of the way.
Okay.
Ooh.
Some bizarre eyelashes.
That is a,
Oh, no.
Damn, those are some long ass hell eyelashes.
It's Quirrell. It's freaking Quirrell.
Oh no.
Get Harry to touch him.
So that is a reflexive action.
Okay.
And then
Oh no. Oh no,
Oh, no.
let's see, standing. Let's see, does it put a complication on if he has to stand up before he does something else?
I am threatening him, so he has to do a mixed action.
Okay.
Luckily, having regrets is a free action.
Your nails do still hurt.
All right. Well, he's about to roll a bunch of dice. Let's see.
I don't like it.
Sasha, I think you were the last. Let's see. Connor hit him last. Sasha
Yeah.
tried to cut him with the Kopesh. Jaden shot him.
Let's see. Yeah. Standing up athletics roll complication 1.
Sasha and Connor are both the only two in melee.
Okay.
Mhm.
That helps.
Everybody else is kind of hiding
Yeah, everyone else is
on the other
definitely
side of the door.
Let's see. Yeah. Connor's been the one wailing on him. To be fair.
Where's Will and all of, or where's Will?
Bill?
Bill.
Bill.
Yeah, where is
That's a good
he?
point. Where is Bill?
Bill's like, y'all got this, right?
It's pretty crowded in the hallway. Everybody else just keeps jumping out and jumping back. So he hadn't walked up there yet.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Because, he's not a scion. He's not as stout as the rest of us.
He's not a scion.
Sasha, the eye focuses on you.
No.
That horrible
Thanks, I
twisted
hate it.
eye. You see a little sparkle of a light in the background. And then it gets bigger and bigger until it envelops the entire eye. And then then it comes out to envelop your face.
There's
Maybe.
probably a couple curses in Arabic.
Mm.
Question.
Answer?
Is the attack he's using have a arced or firearm or arcing tag?
No, it doesn't have firearm or arcing.
Thought I'd ask.
What is your defense?
Not much. Where do I find that?
I believe it should be a 1, unless you've got something going that jacks it up. It should be a 1, and you can make a defensive roll to try to raise it.
Yeah, I said a 1. And the defense roll is stamina.
One of your resistance stats, whichever one. Let's see.
They're all the same, so probably stamina or composure.
Okay.
Well, all the same except resolves. But
Give it an old roll then.
general enhancement doesn't help this, correct? Or does it?
For the moment we're rolling it does.
Okay, then 2.
All right, so that goes up to 3. So he got 5 successes total. So that's 2. So he does an injury to you.
Straight past bruise to injury.
No, he does a damage, wherever
Okay.
you're at.
He has a complication to.
Oh, I do, because Visage Great and Terrible.
No, he does.
Well, she did too, though.
Yeah.
Well, yes, this was his successes after I counted everything.
Okay, then
At least I think I counted everything. 1.
I would not have gotten anything. Because I would not have had enough to buy off that complication. Or I would have just enough to buy off that complication.
That's right, because you had 2 successes. Grand total, which bumped you up to a 3. Okay, in that case, he crits you, does other damage.
I brought this on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Barely, but still.
You feel that this light is, despite it being a bright light, is somehow tied to death. If you're a fan of It, think the
Don't
Dead
like
Lights.
it. I don't like it.
It's like he's scorching you with the sun, but it's like the sun that would shine in the underworld.
Sasha's like, how dare you use my own, speciality against me?
Alright. And then it's, well, who wants to go?
I'll say, Cyrus, can you try to blind the eye?
If you hit.
If it does hit, that's right.
Quick question: would the hallway group have any complications because they weren't visible during Visage Great and Terrible?
When they lay eyes on him.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's constant for an
Yeah,
entire
it's
scene.
it's up for the
Okay.
scene.
Fantastic.
Or until he closes that eye and rotates his head back around. Either way.
One or the other.
I got nothing. I'm gonna attempt
Well,
to do.
It just occurs to me. It's 9 o'clock. Do we
I'm
want to
down
wrap
for
here
one.
with Sasha taking the deadlights to the face?
If we were to try to continue to beat on this guy, how long do you think it would take us to beat him down?
This is the first time we battled a Scion,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
He is. I mean, he's hurt, but he's still got some health left.
I'm down to go if other folks are down.
Yeah.
But
got
I don't.
I'm chill to keep going.
We'll leave it up to story guide, but
Yeah. Story guide, it's up to you.
Yeah, this is one of those. I don't think it's. I don't think it would be just another round or two.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and call it here. It's a
Okay.
nice
Okay.
cliffhanger
Boss.
yeah, nice cliffhanger to end it on.
Mhm.
Oh, ready?
he opened his eyes and flashed disguise.
Blinded by the light.
Shh, no,
Now
no
we
DMCA.
fight
No
like-
DMCA.
Well, they have to sing it well enough to actually be recognizable.
Ow. Ow.
Wow.
You know what? That's fine. He has the right to take licks at me. It's fine.
All right, so we're gonna wrap up here. Cliffhanger of the big fight. Next session should wrap up this fight and get y'all back to Olympus.
Should.
Of course, I thought that going into this session, so we'll see.
Guys, we're just going to go home.
Want to thank the folks that came by and rated us. I think there's still a couple of them with us.
Yeah.
Not go down the hallway, thank them.
I will after session.
So anyway, if you enjoyed this, we've got more games. Thursday we have. Was it a Knight's Ransom?
You got it.
I don't know why I have trouble remembering the other games. Homebrew D&D, 5th edition. Saturday is the Stolen Cities. Monday is the Troubleshooters.
Last session.
Oh, is the last session coming up? Okay.
Yes.
I knew it was getting close to the end. And then we'll be back next Tuesday for the World at War. So until then, we'll see you later. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, goodbye.
The socially awkward. I'm gonna fuck off now.
That works.
Yes,
I
that
mean,
is exactly what it is.
that kind of tracks.